Good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to Flamboro Speedway. We've got a doubleheader tonight. The APC Series Late Models, the Dayco Superstock Series. It'll be a great night of racing. I'm Adam Ross. With me in the booth, Jamie Maudsley, Kevin Small. Trackside is Clinton Jeffrey. And gentlemen, what a beautiful day for some racing.
Chamber of Commerce weather. The Caselli brothers couldn't have ordered any better here for tonight. Great field of late models, great field of super stocks here this evening to tackle the Hamilton area asphalt playground of speed.
Okay, yeah, we can go with that. It is a bull ring. I prefer bull ring. Kevin, there's been some great action here this year. Super modified, super late models, all sorts of regular shows as well. And it's been really good racing.
Yeah, we've had a lot of really good races. We had the return of the ISMA Super Modifieds, which was a lot of fun. They really called this a bull ring, so it's interesting to see when we go from open wheel to full-bodied stock cars. And the APC United Late Model Series always puts on a great show here at Flamboro Speedway. We've had a couple that have gone green to checkered, so maybe we'll see if we get lucky tonight, but we'll see what happens. It's always an interesting show, and especially when we get a really good field of really tight race cars, it really makes passing a very interesting aspect here at Flamboro Speedway.
Passes are hard to come by. The track here is relatively narrow. There is enough room if both the driver on the inside and the driver on the outside cooperate. If either of those drivers don't want to play nice, Jamie, that's when we start to build hard feelings, which we did in the last race at Delaware Speedway. But let's talk about that a little bit later on. There's lots of excitement, lots of storylines, but we're going to get things started with Super Stock qualifying. Did you steal my piece of paper, Jamie? You did.
That's the one.
I had one piece of paper, and you stole it. The Steel City Rumble Series, the Dayco Superstocks, lots of contingency awards. We'll talk about them as the day goes on, but Justin Collison's put a lot of work into that. Let's talk about the drivers on the track trying to qualify.
Nick Trobeck's in that 73 machine. And there you see the 13 of Justin Cullison, London Recreational Racing entry. He's out of Cambridge. The 63 is Cole Burrows. And the 29 out of North Bay, that's Paul Pepper.
Always a beautiful car that Paul Pepper brings to the racetrack. Justin Collison starting things out with the fastest lap, 16.86 seconds. He's the only driver in the 16-second bracket right now, but as we know, the farther they go, the more laps they put on these tires. 4 of the 5 laps are on the track. Generally, they get a little quicker every lap.
Track record they're shooting for here today. I wrote it on the back of your piece of paper, your one piece of paper. 16.287, set by Lane Zardo.
They've got a chance. They're at 16:55 right now. So a few tenths of a second, and that's possible as the white flag is out from starter Sean Gibbs. It's still Justin Collison at the top of the list as he comes past the white flag. That was the first lap as speed slowed down just a little bit. Same with Trobeck, same with Pepper.
There you see Cole Burrows in the 63 machine.
Justin Collison just ran 3 consecutive laps within 100th of a second of each other. Cole Burrows turns his fastest. Paul Pepper jumps up to the second spot. So far we've got Justin Collison at the top of the heap with a 16.557.
Justin's been having a really good start to this season here with our Steel City Superstocks, and like you said, Adam, he's done a lot of work for that Steel City Superstocks, had some good runs, and so far, maybe knock on wood here, he hasn't hit a flatbed yet, so we're doing good so far in the first couple races.
Well, sometimes it's good to keep that bar relatively low. Keep it attainable.
There's a lot of stuff to hit at the racetrack. I haven't seen too many people hit a flatbed, though, before. Is there more to that?
I'm thinking there is.
There was a lot of people moving in a very quick amount of time as Justin came barreling down the infield. Let's just say that.
Uh-oh.
Next group out to qualify.
First car rolling on the Speedway, that 31 machine out of Aaron, that Corcoran Contracting 31. It's Chad Corcoran. Second car out of Strathroy, the Grace Transport, Karras Welding, Brander Steel Industries is 20. That's Mason Culver. Third car on the Speedway, running a lot of different series out of Innisfil, that Abram Real Estate, Strike Energy Systems, Lakeside Mobile Tire, the 48. It's Colton Everingham. In the final car on the Speedway out of Hamilton, that Humberview Parts, number 36, Hudson Nagy.
There you see Colton Everingham. I believe he's got 22. Oh, he's waving out the window, so something amiss on that 48 car. I believe he had 22 races on his schedule this year. He said including 6 in September alone. So a busy boy in that 48, but looks like the crew's going to be busy iron out whatever problem is ailing him right now as he's gone pit side. You see Hudson Nagy in the 36. He's 6th quick right now. The fastest of this group is Corcoran in the 31.
Just got word from Larissa, Kevin, that there's now programs available. We'll hit that when there's some quiet time as the white flag comes out. Justin Collison still on top. Chad Corcoran jumps up to the 2nd spot, 1/10 of a second slower, half a tenth in fact. Mason Culver to P2.
First time Mason Culver's been here in a full-size vehicle, excuse me. Has made a couple mini truck starts here at Flamboro, but rookie campaign in that super stock. His older cousin, a super stock legend, multi-time Delaware champ and Dayco champ Trevor Culver. And Mason getting his feet wet in the division there. You see that Karras Welding number 20. And he's been racing weekly at Delaware, and I'll tell you what, the last couple weeks he has really found some speed in that 20 car. I don't know where he wound up in practice, but I know early on when I was looking at the times, he was 2nd to Lane Zardo. So they've got some speed in that 20 machine. He's 2nd quick right now, quickest of that group.
Group C going to roll out next. In it, we will have Sean Chenoweth in the 89C, the 07 of Nick Ramsey, and the 36Z of Lane Zardo.
Your track record holder, Lane Zardo, all-time winningest Dayco Superstock driver, and point leader by 1 over Nick Ramsey. Ramsey's had a good year, though. Won the opening Dayco Superstock race at Delaware Speedway. Also picked up another weekly Friday night race at Delaware just a couple weeks ago in that Radar Auto Parts APC sponsored 07, the St. Thomas driver. And there you see Sean Chenoweth doing double duty tonight, racing the Superstock and the late model. That's the Stewart's Equipment Kubota 89C for multi-time Flamboro champ Sean Chenoweth. I guess when all you do is race, if you've got 2 cars and 2 classes for the same night, all you do is just race them.
Right, is out of one into the other, keep on going, but Sean Chenoweth knows his way around this racetrack.
Lane Zardo to the top of the board. 16.513, so a little bit off the track record, but P1 for that 36Z. Chenoweth goes up to 3rd. Nick Ramsey still 10th right now.
16.51, so they're not knocking big chunks off of this time as Sean Chenoweth takes the white flag. He loses a couple hundredths of a second.
They flag out Ramsey on his final lap, as is Zardo. And Chenoweth is going to be the first one to finish up of this group in that 89 seat. Dives it to the bottom. Can't go any quicker.
So everybody slowed down a little on the last lap, but Sean Chenoweth turned 2 laps during that session within 1/10,000th of a second. We've never, up until this year, I don't think I've seen 10,000ths of a second. We usually go to 3 decimal points.
Yeah, that was a new trick on Race Monitor this year, was that 4th decimal point. And how about Sean Chenoweth up to 3rd? So Lane Zardo, your Stewart's Equipment Fast Time here this evening. Justin Cullison will come home second. Sean Chenoweth third. Nick Ramsey fourth. Mason Culver fifth. Chad Corcoran sixth. Those are the cars that will be in the invert. Hudson Aggie timed in seventh. Paul Pepper eighth. Cole Burrows ninth. Nick Trobeck 10th. And Colton Everingham, who again had some problems in that Guns Auto Service 48 machine, only got one lap in and went pit side. He wound up 11th. So I believe of those top 6 drivers, you've got 4 full-timers. No, I think 5 full-timers. So I would suspect you'll see Cullison starting in the 6th hole and Zardo 5th, Ramsey 4th. Come feature time here a little later on for the Dayco Super Stock. There's a look at the great crowd in attendance here tonight at Flamboro Speedway.
And in theory, that's exactly what you want, Jimmy. We want to travel from track to track and want our traveling teams to be joined by some of the local talent and make up a field of race cars where you've got people with intimate local knowledge of the track and, of course, the travelers who run pretty well anywhere they go.
And we're going to see that in the late models. Ty DiVincenzo stepping back from running full-time. He's just running at Flamboro, but he's in the field tonight. We've got an American driver as well joining us from Buffalo, New York tonight.
Yeah, that's exciting, and he's going to be out there in this first group. That's Danny Knoll behind the wheel of the 17. In fact, Danny Knoll Jr., let's get that right. Jacob Sutcliffe in the 27, the 97D of Tyler DiVincenzo, and the 89C of Sean Chenoweth. That is Group A. When they come out onto the racetrack, 4 cars at a time. Lots of room for them to get spaced out around the racetrack.
I'm just watching the 89C on your screen to see if Sean has arrived. He was in that.
Right.
We got to get him over there from the super stock.
I wonder why they changed the procedure this year to lining up qualifying in order of points instead of speed from practice. I liked it when it was speed from practice. You knew that the first car in the final group was the fastest car earlier in the day, so you knew that that was probably where your fast time was going to come from.
I would suspect that's an Alex Nagy question. There you see Sutcliffe in that 27 and Tyler DiVincenzo in the 97. There's Sean. Squeezing his way in that 89C.
Sean's got to be thankful it's not blistering hot today.
It's a nice breeze out there.
It's warm. But he'll do double duty. He's had more success in recent years in the super stock than he had in the late model, but he's had moments where he was really quick in that late model.
He ran well here the first time we were here in that 89C. Sean, multi-time Flamboro Speedway late model champ.
He's been doing it for a long time here and been doing it successfully. Of course, tonight is the London Recreational Racing 125. Bonus money is on the line that Mike Schmidt is thrown into the pot. I believe it's a $750 bonus to the winner, $500 bonus for second, $250 for third.
That's some good cash right there.
And there's also some bonuses in the memory of Bill Zardo Jr., who passed away recently. The funeral service was yesterday for the longtime racer here at Flamboro Speedway. Just an iconic family in Canadian short track racing.
Yeah, I remember watching Billy Zardo Sr. when I was a kid. That would have been back in the... He was like the third wheel to Junior Hanley and Biederman. He was the third guy in that trio.
He won a lot of races. Later in his career, I wasn't here to enjoy the early part of his career, but he really got to win in some races late in his career. In fact, was still racing right up until he passed away. He was running a hot rod in the Oscar Series.
He was running the hot rod in the Oscar Series.
You're not wrong. Here comes Group A. Danny Knoll Jr. in that Mobile 117. Going to lead them out. They will start scrubbing tires immediately as they have one lap before they get up to speed. Jacob Sutcliffe in the 27, Tyler DiVincenzo in the 97, and Sean Chenoweth in the 89. Noel going to bring it off turn number 4. Green flag is in the air. We are underway for APC Series qualifying. So given how we're lining up qualifying, it would not surprise me one bit to see Sean Chenoweth or Tyler DiVincenzo, for that matter, lay down a pretty good lap. The drivers are going to have a hard time matching until we get out to those final groups. Sean Chenoweth right down into the 15s, to 15.687. Once in a while, traffic becomes an issue during these qualifying sessions, but it looks like these drivers have done a good job to space themselves out appropriately. 15.4. Jacob Sutcliffe with a 15.5. Chenoweth knocking a couple of tenths off with every passing lap. 15.29 that time. I spoke too soon as Jacob Sutcliffe closes in on Danny Knoll Jr. Checkered flag in the air.
See if Chenoweth can go a little bit faster on his final lap. DiVincenzo does.
Chenoweth lost a couple hundredths of a second on that final lap, so his lap of record is going to be a 15.254. Tyler DiVincenzo, 15.468, is in the second spot. Jacob Sutcliffe third with a 15.511, and then Danny Knoll with a 15.978 in the fourth spot.
There you see the second group rolling. Going to be the BASF Simon Innovation 39, Brady Smith. Brady raced here last Saturday night. That was the first time he's been to Flamboro in a long, long time. The last time he was at Flamboro in the late model, it was the APC six-pack series, which was the predecessor to the APC late model series. So it had been a hot minute, that's for sure. There's Connor Maltese out of Innersville in the 23. The White Deuce, Kendra Adams in the Mobile 1 entry out of Innersville. And the 3, podium finisher at Canada Day at Delaware, and winner of 2 Drysdale races this year at Flamboro Speedway, including last Saturday night, Shea Gemmel in that Canusa APC machine. There's Kendra Adams in the 1. That car was banged up a bit last time out at Delaware. And so the whole goal is just to get it on the trailer without the help of the tow truck this evening. She's had a rough couple goes of it the last 2 weeks, the last 2 races. Kendra Adams in the 1. And hey, top 5 right now for the young lady.
Shea Gemmel jumps up to third. Brady Smith to second. They're a couple of tenths of a second off of Sean Chenoweth's times. They've got 2 more laps to try to lay down some big laps.
Track record 14.855, set by Brandon Watson all the way back in 2018. I don't think we are going to see that topple here this evening. And there's Brady Smith in that Simon Innovation machine.
Kendra Adams up to fourth.
Brady Smith got hooked up with a new car owner, and it has paid dividends for his career for sure. There's Kendra Adams putting her final lap up on the board and goes third quick. How about that?
Nicely done for Kendra Adams. Shea Gemmel to the top of the board at 15.188. Big final lap there for Shea Gemmel. Sean Chenoweth still in the second spot. Kendra Adams third with Brady Smith fourth. Tyler DiVincenzo in fifth.
Jacob Sutcliffe right now holding down that final locked-in spot for an invert draw and a spot in the top 6 here tonight, but I don't think it's going to hold up. There's the Wellington Systems Shaw Motorsports entry from Guelph. Inaugural series champ Dale Shaw, winner last year on tour. There's Connor Pritico. He's got some wins on tour in that Dumas Development number 19 out of Kilworth. Also sponsored by Glencoe Auto Recyclers and H&N Roofing. Right behind him, the 72, the Burns Workwear Home Hardware sponsored entry. Junior Farley out of Guelph. He had a good night last time we were here at Flamboro Speedway. Junior Farley able to finish in the runner-up spot to Jake Sheridan. Had to hold off the car team owner, the car owner, Dale Shaw, to do it. They were beaten, they were banging down to the end, but Junior Farley was wide enough that night to finish second to Jake Sheridan.
He did what needed to be done.
There's Josh Stoddy, defending series champ in that Canadian Flat Roof Systems entry. And Josh is a paver by day. He's part of a family paving company up in the Georgian Bay area, and he had a smile on his face today, Adam. He said, the hotter the better. He said, I don't mind this one bit.
They're up to 3rd and 4th last time by. Now up to 2nd goes Josh Stoddy, about a 1/2 of a second behind Shea Gemmel. Dale Shaw in the top 5. Connor Pritico jumps to the top spot.
How about that run for Connor Pritico? Stoddy's going to put his final lap up on the board. Does go a little quicker, but stuck in 3rd. Now Shaw bumps him. Shaw goes 3rd, Stoddy 4th. Gemmel 2nd, Pritico 1st.
This is unbelievable. Shaw just knocked Josh Stoddy out of 3rd by 0.2 of a second.
Now that you've got this 4th decimal place, you have confidence in your math ability,
It's mind-blowing. Some Connor Pritico fans in the stands. Those are nice-looking shirts.
His fans travel well.
All right. And then there were 3. These are the heavy hitters. From Milverton, the APC number 22 is Kyle Steckley. Driving the number 30 from Creemore, the Ellis Dawn 30, that's Brandon Watson. And in the Raptor Filters number 52 from Mount Bridges, it's Jake Sheridan. And if you got a program for today's race, look at the podium picture from Delaware Speedway. There are no smiles.
These 3 drivers have all run into each other at least once this year. There is absolutely no love lost between these 3, and they find themselves at the top of the point standings battling for a championship. So it is a powder keg ready to erupt between these 3. As you see Jake Sheridan will be trying to make history as well tonight here, Adam. Jake Sheridan, 3 wins in a row. He has equaled the record set by J.R. Fitzpatrick and Joe Lawrence, and is 1 win short of the series record of 4 in a row set by Brandon Watson back in 2017. So we'll see tonight if Jake the Snake Sheridan can get it done and tie that record with his 4th consecutive win. There's Kyle Steckley off of turn 4.
7th, 8th, and 10th. Now Kyle Steckley jumps up to the 5th spot. Brandon Watson up into 3rd. Where's Sheridan going to land? Jake Sheridan still down in that 8th position. They've got 2 more laps to go.
Steckley now to the line again. He sits 6th, not able to go quicker on that lap. The 30 of Watson now up to P2. He was the fastest car in practice tonight. Sheridan up to P3. So Josh Stoddy just holding on to that final spot in the invert. And I don't think Steckley's able to knock him off. No.
Brandon Watson with the fastest lap on his final lap, 15.092. So your top 6 does not include Kyle Steckley, the driver from Milverton. It does include Brandon Watson in the 30, the 19 Connor Pritico, 52, Jake Sheridan. 3, Shea Gemmel. 83, Dale Shaw. And the 17 of Josh Stoddy.
53rd career start for Brandon Watson, 16th career pole, all-time leader.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, there'll be more action from Flamboro Speedway.
Well, race fans, welcome again to Flamboro Speedway. Going to be a great night. We're getting geared up for our autograph session here starting shortly. So if you want to get yourself some Flamburgers, make sure you get your autographs and signatures and everything that you're going to, I know it used to put a smile on my face, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Visit the concession stand, get some french fries, some Flamburgers, everything you're going to need for a great night of racing here at Flamboro Speedway. Get yourself some 50-50 tickets. Starting very shortly will be the autograph session.
Did you mention, Kevin, that those programs are free? So if you need something to get autographed, great to grab a program, use that. Good information in there as well.
Lots of good information. They're pretty cool, too. There's like 12 pages in here, so check them out. They're down at our souvenir trailer. You can also see the Grindstone Landscaping Canadian Vintage Modifieds. They got a couple mannequins over there. You can take some selfies, some pictures with it. Get yourself geared up for a great night of racing here at Flamboro Speedway. Again, next Saturday, fans, will be our Christmas in July toy drive plus kids autograph night, so it's going to be a great show here next Saturday. That's kicking off with the July 18th program, our Christmas in July toy drive, sponsored by Gaylor Equipment. We got the Canadian Vintage Modifieds, Great Lakes Legends, Soma Pro Modifieds, mini stocks, and the Outlaw Midgets make their first trip here this season. So it's going to be a great show. That's next Saturday night, Christmas in July toy drive. Bring some new unwrapped toys and support a good cause. It's going to be a lot of fun. We may have a special surprise too. I know there's a lot of kids that like really big red trucks with loud noises that shoot water. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not going to say any more than that, but it's going to be a lot of fun next Saturday here at Flamboro Speedway. We're gearing up for an autograph session. It's going to be starting very shortly. Get yourself geared up for a great night of racing here at Flamboro Speedway.
To the road racing stars of Trans Am, we have you covered. Subscribe now for live access to over 200 grassroots races streaming all season long. Watch anytime, anywhere, on your phone, tablet, or TV apps. Get a 10-year archive of grassroots races, plus behind-the-scenes NASCAR team coverage. And when the spotlight turns to Trans Am, Racing America brings you front-row access to the action. This is racing at every level. This is Racing America.
Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordeo Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordeoMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
Welcome back to Flamboro Speedway. No, you did not step back in time. That is the beautiful Flamboro Speedway pace car.
What year is it, Adam?
It's 2026, Jamie. Oh, the car?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. 80s? 90s? Clinton Jeffrey is standing by with the driver who just turned a real good lap.
Thanks a lot, Adam. We got Brandon Watts here. Brandon, a good lap to start the day. A bit of an invert. Still sets you off on the right foot, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Can't thank these Sports City guys enough. They gave us the car to drive here today, so hopefully we can keep our car clean, work up to the front. We'll be starting 5th or 6th, something like that. So, like I said, keep it clean. Can't thank these guys enough. So, hopefully we can have a good run here and kind of make another run for the podium.
Is the weather going to change much tonight and change this track?
I haven't looked too much, but I know last race we tightened up a little bit, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. Make some plans for later on in the race here. It's a little bit longer, 125 laps, so have to keep that in mind and try and have a good car for the end of the race.
All right, guys, they're here from Brandon Watts in our epic race. We're a fast timer. He's been really coming on strong these last few races and getting it done, guys.
There's Dan Bailey from Epic Racewear down there. Epic Racewear and promotion for all your racewear needs.
So the autograph session is up next on the schedule. We await these cars to roll out onto the racetrack. Having a look right now, looks to me like a lot of the super stocks are up on jack stands, unless I'm mistaken.
Wait till the APC car wrangler gets over there. The pace will pick up.
The APC cars are all lined up in a row. So we'll hope to see them roll on out. 125 laps. How much of a difference do you think that makes on these tires, Jamie?
Well, if you ask Dale Shaw, it's 125 qualifying laps now instead of just 100. I don't think it'll make much of the difference. These tires take a lot of abuse without dropping off. You can really push them hard all race long, and I don't think the extra 25 laps is gonna play that much into it, other than just giving us some more racing action tonight, and your car better be better for a little longer night.
Here comes the first car heading down for the autographs. I've never seen a driver scrub their tires for the autograph session before.
That's a first.
But you know what? If it feels good, you should do it.
And, of course, it's London Recreational Racing Night here tonight at Flamboro Speedway. And big shout-out to Mike Schmidt and all his folks here from London Recreational Racing. I've said it once, I'll say it again, racing needs more people like Mike Schmidt.
Yeah, Mike's done a lot here, especially at Flamboro recently. He helped support our Pure Stock race here for their Gold Rush 30. So big shout out to Mike and his team. And they do some pretty cool works with pools. I've seen them make a slide. It looked like a mirror. I don't know if I want to go down that, but it looked pretty cool in the pictures.
So, gentlemen, here's what we're going to do. We were going to do some interviews, do some chatting with Clinton, and then throw to last year's race from here at Flamboro Speedway while the autograph session goes on. We are going to change things up. We're going to go to last year's race right now, because when we come out of it, all the drivers are going to be on the front stretch still doing the autograph session, and that'll be a good time to have our chat, do a wrap-up, talk to the drivers. So without further ado, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, you're going to hear action from last year's race here at Flamboro Speedway, and after that, we're going to get a chance to talk to some of these drivers. Welcome back to Flamboro Speedway, where the autograph session is starting to wind down. So race fans, we'd like you to start making your way back into the grandstands. We've got about a little less than 10 minutes to clear the front straightaway so we can get ready for pre-race festivities and go racing. Clinton Jeffrey is working his way somewhere through the mix of drivers. There's a lot of storylines going on tonight. Jamie, we're at the part of the season where everything seems to matter a little bit more. At the start of the year, you want to have good, clean races. You always want to have solid results. But now you know who you're competing with. You know who you have to beat on a given night. If you're Jamie Maudsley, you calculate the points like during the race, so you know exactly where you need to be.
Got 4 guys really in championship contention, maybe 6. Josh Stoddy in 7th, a long ways back. Your point leader is Jake Sheridan with 261. And again, trying to make history tonight here at Flamboro Speedway. 3 wins in a row. Series record is 4. And if Jake Sheridan were to get to victory lane tonight, not only would he win his 4th in a row to tie that record set by Brandon Watson back in 2017, he would also move into sole possession of 4th on the all-time winner list.
Well, he's got a good shot at it. Give me one good reason why he can't.
I'll give you 2, the 30 and the 22.
That's very fair. As we have a look at the APC United Late Model Series point standings, as you mentioned, Sheridan out front, Brandon Watson 13 points back, so he is really within striking distance. Everybody else, Kyle Steckley, Junior Farley, Dale Shaw, Connor Pritico, Josh Stoddy, Shea Gemmel, that would be a real Hail Mary, but they need some misfortune.
But 3rd through 8th, far from decided.
Right.
Talking about 12 points between those 6 drivers.
Clinton Jeffrey, who have you got?
I got Alex Nagy down here and Luke Ramsey, and we're going to talk to Josh Stoddy here in a minute. If I get everybody's attention for a minute. So this series, it's the series 100th race. It's also Josh's 100th. He is the Iron Man of the series. So we got a cool award here for Josh Stoddy. How about a hand, everybody, for Josh Stoddy? He's been at every single APC late model race since the inception of the tour. And congratulations to defending and reigning champion Josh Stoddy. He's in there with Luke and Alex for a couple pictures, and we'll jump in there. The Ironman streak, 100 consecutive starts. And that is a beautiful trophy there. We'll get in and talk to Josh. Josh, 100 starts, that's nothing to shake a stick at. You've been going at this a while, and you've been one of the biggest supporters of this series. Why choose the APC late models to spend your racing dollars and participate with?
Yeah, I just love traveling. The model when it come out with Luke and the APC gang was exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to race at some different places, support different tracks that we don't usually go to, and seeing the vision and the growth throughout the whole process of it. And yeah, I'm super honored. I can't believe that I got this trophy. That's incredible. But yeah, I still believe in this series. I absolutely love running in it, and the competition is top notch.
So when you came out as a newcomer to the tour, when it got started, did you think you'd ever have this kind of success, or with the championship and all that kind of stuff?
I mean, as a racer, that's what we work towards. You want to beat the best of the best, and that's why we're out here every week. We want to beat everyone that's on this track, and we've done it several times, and we've lost to them as well. But yeah, just super, super thankful to be a part of such a great series and get treated like family.
So let's talk about tonight. A little bit hot here now. You got the shorts on. You're just chilling. Time to get ready soon. Get all that hot gear on. What's your game plan for tonight? And I asked Brandon Watson, is the track going to change a lot? Do you anticipate changes to the track from what you had earlier, or are we going to just ride the heat all night?
I think we're going to ride the heat all night. There's not really a lot of air moving, and the super stocks are going to be on before us. And you know, each time we tell ourselves that we're going to hold back with the cars and save a little, I mean, that's a lie. Everyone goes right from start right to the finish. So we're going to give her hell. We've had a bit of bad luck here. We broke a control arm last time we were here and blew a power steering pump at Delaware. And, you know, we've gone 2 years without any mechanical failures, and we've got bit twice this year with this series. But we're back together, and the car's fast, and looking forward to running towards the front.
Thanks, Josh. Good luck. Jack, get one more look at that gorgeous trophy he's got here. Josh Stoddy, everybody. How about one hand for the Ironman celebrating his 100th start here tonight?
You know, and what a fun comment Josh made. He has beat everybody on the track, and everybody on the track has beat him. And that's why we come to the races. That's the fun part.
He's raced against everybody who's ever raced in the APC series.
That's right. A lot of seasons of racing, a lot of laps around a lot of racetracks. Of course, coming off a championship year, it's going to be tough for him to repeat. Why is it hard to repeat as the APC series champion?
I think everybody's gunning for you, period. I mean, you're the guy that they got to pass because you're the guy that's the defending champion. He didn't, and Josh Stoddy did not have any issues last year. Everything went right. And with a short 8, 9, 10 race series, or 8 races that we have this year, you don't get that luxury of a mulligan.
Race fans will ask you once again, please start making your way back into the grandstands. We're going to take another break here from Flamboro Speedway. When we come back, it is coming closer to the first green flag of the night.
Five-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Can't hear on the phone? You're not alone. With Roger Voice, every phone call comes with real-time captions, even on video calls, so you can read what's being said as it happens. Adjust the language and text size to fit your needs for a more comfortable experience. Free and unlimited. Roger Voice is certified by the FCC. Download it today and stay connected with ease.
The Must-See Racing National Sprint Car Series heads back to Owasso Speedway on Saturday, July 11th, as their 2026 campaign continues. It's the best winged sprint car drivers in the country on the fast Michigan 3/8 mile oval, along with late model sportsmen, trucks, mini wedges, and modifieds. Saturday, July 11th, the Must-See Sprint Cars headlining a full race card of action, and you can see it all only on Racing America.
Welcome back to Flamboro Speedway. As you can see, a beautiful breeze here at the racetrack. Fantastic evening for racing. The fans continue to make their way back to the grandstands. We thank you so much for that. And we've got two great features tonight. The Dayco Superstocks, part of the Steel City Rumble Series. One of those drivers is with Clinton Jeffrey right now.
Thanks a lot, Adam. We're here with Lane Zardo. Lane is our Epic Raceware Fast Time Award winner for the Superstock race here tonight. Lane, that's a good start to your day, but first off, racing with a heavy heart with the loss of your dad in the previous week.
No, one part of it's a heavy heart. It's just a lot of pride, man. I can't thank the racing community enough. We had so much support the last week for my father. We had the viewing on Thursday. Buried him in his own fire suit like yesterday on Friday, and like I said, just the racing community is such a tight-knit community, and I got nothing but pride on me right now. I'm so proud to be Bill Zardo Jr.'s son.
Man, that makes us proud to hear you say that. Let's talk about your car. You're always fast here. You know how to win. You got your lucky feather on the back too that we picked up a few weeks ago. You know, what can you do tonight to take one home?
Yeah, we got the Epic Raceware Fast Time, and I wish they had Epic Raceware back in the day because this fire suit is really itchy. But
tell us about the suit.
The suit's one of my dad's suits. It just kind of felt fitting. Like I said, we buried him in one of his suits, and didn't want to steal it off of his body before he went down. But this one was hanging up there, and just felt fitting. So yeah, like I said, we got a fast race car. It's always fast for the first few laps. We're just gonna have to try to keep the right front tire on her, keep our heads cool, and hopefully chase all these fast cars down in front of us.
I think all of us can learn something about the pride you're going to carry tonight. Good luck, Lane. Do it for Dad. As we said, normally racing with a heavy heart, but he's racing with a prideful heart. How about it for Lane Zardo here, everybody? He's racing his father's memory tonight, and he's going to try and get one done.
Well, I tried on the headset, but I'm like, no.
Thanks so much, Clinton. As Lane poses with Dan Bailey from Epic Racewear. The late models are clearing the front straightaway. We've had a security breach in the announcer's tower. They'll let anybody into this place.
Security.
I think that is security. That's the problem.
Yikes.
So we're about to go super stock racing. Is it a coin toss, Jamie, whether it's going to go caution free or not?
It almost seems that way with the Dayco Super Stocks. They've had a number of caution-free races over the years, including one last year here at Flamboro Speedway.
There's not a lot of science to it, though. You just can't tell when that's going to be the case and when it isn't. But the racing is always good. And I'm a little biased, but when you put drivers like Sean Chenoweth, Lane Zardo, Hudson Nagy, Nick Ramsey, they're just elbows-up racers. And there's an expectation that things are going to get physical. There's not a thought that, hey, this might get physical. That's the expectation.
But there's a big difference between hard and dirty.
Well, right.
And what we see with these super stocks is, again, a lot of wily veterans who race hard. So you're going to see some contact. You're going to see some beating, some banging. A couple door slams over the course of 50 laps. But you're probably going to see some good racing and a lot of respect for each other out there.
And that's what I mean. It's not dirty when it's, that's Flamboro Speedway is a tight racetrack. They've got fenders for a reason. We see Sean Chenoweth getting strapped in. He's in for 175 laps of racing tonight.
Now, he did tell a story a few years ago about how he gets ready for those nights when he has to run a super stock and a late model. You know that, correct?
Nobody tells a story better than you.
Sean Chenoweth said, and I quote, the one time we got to interview him before he was running the double, he said, and I quote, I went to the gym this morning, and there was a couple of shocked faces. He said, yep, I looked in the window. He was ready.
He is a funny guy. He's got a great sense of humor. So, Clinton, we're going to lean on you because here at Flamboro Speedway, we are far away from the officials, and we love it that way. But see if you can let us know when they want us to fire off driver introductions, because we see the drivers getting strapped in, ready to go.
Oh, he's asking Nathan. That could be the blind leading the blind here, though.
When it comes to Nathan, you always get a direct answer. And it can go directly to your nerves at times, too, because Nathan is unfiltered and very smart. He knows what's going on. He's got a real appreciation for the language of sarcasm. It is great.
Adam, we're not quite ready yet. They're just doing a couple driver checks and radios, and we will get back to you as soon as we are ready here in a moment.
Everybody's in good spirits earlier today, Clint. Everybody's still light down there, or is the intensity already started to pick up a bit?
It's a beautiful day, but it's not too hot, so everybody's still happy. But we are at the races here. Sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky, which is perfect.
We could have a lot of unhappy drivers about 50 laps from now, though.
No, it won't take long at all. I mean, they're happy because there's no marks on their cars. They haven't turned any competitive laps outside of qualifying, which is just go fast. But there's nobody pushing you around when it is time to go fast. Let's get things rolling. Kevin, are you ready for driver introductions?
We'll see what we can do as we get set to go over the Dayco/Steel City Super Stocks here at Flamboro Speedway. 50 laps going to be on deck. So it looks like we're just getting things geared up here before we introduce the starting lineup, and here we go. So rolling off in 11th out of Innisfil in the Abram Real Estate, Strike Energy Systems, Lakeside Mobile Tire, Guns Auto Service. It's the 48 of Colton Everingham. Scheduled to go off in 10th out of North Bay in the Humberview Parts Action Utility Trailers, Redline Signs and Apparel, the number 29, it's Paul Pepper. Rolling off in the 9th position, a local driver here at Flamboro Speedway out of Hamilton in the Alexander Glassendor DJD Graphics. It's the number 73 of Nick Troback. Rolling off in the 8th position, another local driver out of Guelph in the Ironworker Local 721, ESTM Technical Services. Double B Automotive, the number 63, it's Cole Burrows. Rolling off in the 7th position out of Mount Hope in the Pure Energy Dance Studio, Bester Forest Products, the number 36, it's Hudson Nagy. Rolling off in the 6th position, doing a lot of work behind the back doors of the Steel City Superstocks out of Kitchener in the London Recreational Racing Tri-Canny Sound Blasting, LJP Skills Training, the number 13 machine, it's Justin Collison. Starting in the 5th position out of Brampton in the Bester Forest Products. Gully Bridge Equipment, Montgomery Ford, Shookies Mechanical. It's a 36 of the Thrillbilly, Lane Zardo. Starting in the 4th position out of St. Thomas in the APC Auto Parts Center, Radar Auto Parts, the number 07 machine, it's Nick Ramsey. Rolling out of 3rd, out of Drumbo in the Stewart's Equipment, Kubota, Canada, London Recreational Racing, Tri-County Sandblasting, the number 89C, it's Sean Chenoweth. Now time to introduce your starting top row out of Strathroy. In the Grace Transport, Karis Welding, Brander Steel Industries, it's the number 20 machine of Mason Culver. Rolling off on the pole, out of Aaron in the Corcoran Contracting Quick Dip Pools, it's the number 31 machine of Chad Corcoran. There you have it, race fans, your starting lineup for the Dayco/Steel City Superstock 50-lap main event.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Fans, are you ready to go racing? We need to hear you make some noise on a beautiful Saturday. Let's hear ya! It's time. Help me do it. 3, 2, 1. Drivers, start your engines.
Field comes to life on the front straightaway behind the 1991 Pontiac Trans Am pace car. How do you like that, Gene?
Old school.
Car's older than me.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Good looking pace car. We've had it running the last couple seasons here at Flamboro, and a lot of comments on that throwback pace car. Randy's behind the wheels, so he always does a good job. I don't think it has a speedometer though, so he's got to speed up and slow down, which is a talent on its own.
How does it not have a speedometer? I was around in 1991. Cars had speedometers.
It may have one. Whether it works or not is a different story.
Okay, that tracks. Beautiful looking race cars lined up. The handicap is in effect. Jamie, talk us through that.
Top 6 qualifiers in qualifying earlier tonight locked into the top 6 spots for the feature. There is an invert. The invert works like this. If you've got 100% attendance, you go to the front of the invert. So, for example here, Justin Culver in that 13 did not run event number 1 at Delaware Speedway. So he did not have the 100% attendance. So even though he was in the top 6 in qualifying, he will start at the back of those 6 cars. Your front 5 cars on the start are 5 of the top 6 cars in qualifying. Again, Collison the 6th car there, but they are in their invert order of points. So Corcoran, the last in points of those other 5 drivers with 100% attendance who qualified in the top 6.
And as this is part of the Steel City Rumble Series for the Super Stocks, Lane Zardo already picked up the Stewart's Equipment Fast Time Award. That's $100. The hard charger, the driver who advances the most positions, is going to get an extra $100 from London Recreational Racing. Robertson Racing sponsors the Mid-Pack Car Award. That's a random draw for $100. And Collison Motorsports sponsors the highest finishing Steel City Series car. Another $100. Also sponsoring the series, Grisdale Enterprises, Fat Boy Fireworks. So Justin Collison's done a good job to go out there and get some support. Obviously, Dayco, a huge supporter of this series. They believe in the product on the racetrack of the Super Stocks, and so do we. The racing is fantastic, and we are 1 to go. Next time at a turn number 4, we're going to set them loose.
3 previous races here at Flamboro Speedway. Winner in 2025 was Lane Zardo. No race in 2024. Winner in 2023, Brendan McFerrin, and it was Lane Zardo in 2022. An interesting stat note for the Superstocks. All-time leader in Superstocks wins is Carson Nagy with 6. Lane Zardo has a shot to tie him tonight. He's got 5 career wins. Field in the hands of Corcoran. We are off and running into 1.
Good clean start. They're side by side through turns 1 and 2 with Corcoran getting the advantage down the backstretch. Sean Chenoweth immediately to the inside of Culver down through 3 and 4.
Mason Culver getting taken to school. Again, this is his first start in a full-size car here at Flamboro. The only other experience he has here was in mini stocks, and he is in the wrong part of town on the outside of a 3-wide as Hudson Nagy forces his way through on the bottom.
Hudson Nagy didn't make a lot of friendship there with Nick Ramsey.
Ramsey able to get down to the inside. Culver still stuck up on the outside. Now Justin Carlson in that 13 machine. He's going to take his nose down the inside in 3 and 4. Culver still trying to find a room down to the bottom lane, but now Cole Burrows is going to try to get it. A little bit of contact getting into turn 1.
So watching that battle for second right now. Chenoweth, he is feeling some heat from the Thrillbilly Lane Zardo in that 37Z. There you see Nick Ramsey bumper to bumper with Collison. There's the 48 of Colton Everingham. A broken valve stem, I believe it was, in the motor of that 48. They believe they've got it fixed. I'm sure it was either a valve stem or a spring. I forget.
Had to be a spring. You wouldn't be able to replace a valve.
They have got it fixed. They're hoping it holds together. And the 48 already scratched and clawed his way from the back of the pack.
Chad Corcoran leads the way by about 4 car lengths over Sean Chenoweth in the 89C. Lane Zardo all over the back bumper of that beautiful orange Stewart's Equipment car. He'll move to the inside down into turn 3.
Zardo makes the move down into 3 and 4. They bump doors just a bit. Chenoweth really pinching him down, but Zardo's going to mosey on by in that Pester Forest product machine. Zardo up into second. Now he sets his sights on Corcoran in the 31.
Zardo slides into second. Chenoweth back into the 3rd spot. Nagy in 4th. Ramsey in 5th. Up front, though, Chad Corcoran doing a good job. Lane Zardo, Sean Chenoweth, they've gone toe-to-toe a couple times this season with the Steel City Superstocks here at Flamboro Speedway. Sean Chenoweth did pick up both wins this season for the Steel City Superstocks. So we'll see if anything has anything for that 89C here tonight. But right now, a top 3 single file. Corcoran still with a bit of 2 car length advantage over that front bumper, the 36 of Lane Zardo.
Contact at the tail end of the field. Paul Pepper trying to make a move on Nick Troback. Coming off of turn number 4, they made some contact. The smoke flew off the tires. Pepper and Troback still side by side off of turn 4 again at the start-finish line. They were neck and neck, wheel to wheel. More contact into turn 1, because why not?
You see Chenoweth, Nagy, and has the 07 of Ramsey right in his back door. Here's the 29 of Pepper as he gets around Troback off turn 4. They race down into turn 1 again. This is all for 10th spot between Paul Pepper out of North Bay and Hamilton driver Nick Troback in that 73. There's that battle out front, and that lead has shrunk. Lane Zardo is there, folks.
Lane Zardo racing with a purpose here tonight in that number 36. right up on the back bumper of Corcoran. He's gotten to within about 1.5 feet of the rear bumper. Hasn't come any closer just yet, but this race is still young.
Corcoran holding a steady wheel right now up front, but Lane Zardo's closed that gap to within a half car length. Zardo picks his nose down to the inside, maybe just saying, hey, hello, I am here, as they exit up off of turn number 4. Corcoran still up front, but Lane Zardo is right in those tire tracks as they top two try to pull away from that 89C of Sean Chenoweth. They open up about a 3-car length, now 4-car length advantage, but the battle for the race lead rages back on down into 3 and 4.
Still lots of time left to go. We're about a third of the way through this one, and we have been clean and green since the get-go. Corcoran, your leader. Zardo in second, and Zardo is putting the heat on that 31. Definitely the quicker car. Now he's going to make a bid for the lead down into 3 and 4. Here comes Lane Zardo in the 36Z to the inside of Corcoran. Battle for the lead down into 1. They're still side by side.
Man, Zardo's car handles well on the straightaway. He makes some horsepower in that 36. But look at how close Sean Chenoweth got with the two of them battling. Nick Ramsey makes a move to the inside, trying to pick up the 4th spot from Nagy, working off of turn number 4. Nagy fights him off so far, but Ramsey still with the lane to the inside.
You got to figure after that move that Hudson Nagy went earlier tonight going 3 wide. Ramsey's not going to cut him any slack. Nagy tries to hand tough on the outside, can't do it. Now a little bumper tag with the 07, got him loosened up, and now they both roll on down the front stretch.
Justin Collison in the 13 closing in on that battle. So we've got a 3-car tussle at the front, 3-car tussle for the 4th spot. Mason Culver kind of hanging on to his own real estate out there in 7th. Then another 3-car tussle for the 8th position.
Burrow's involved in that, as well as Colton Everingham and the 29 of Pepper. There you see Nick Ramsey, who's gotten by Hudson Nagy. Ramsey, winner of the season opener at Delaware Speedway back in early May.
I think the battle's going to be on for second here, Jamie, as Sean Chenoweth is pulled right up to the back bumper of Chad Corcoran. Corcoran maybe losing a little bit of time here as we start to work our way to halfway. 20 laps in the books for this one, but Sean Chenoweth is all over that back bumper of the Corcoran Contracting number 31 machine as they work back into 1 and 2. That Stewart's Equipment Kubota Canada machine really hooked up as the sun starts to set off of that turn number 2. We'll see if Sean Chenoweth has anything down into 3 and 4, but no dice. Chenoweth really trying to set that 31 machine up for a pass off of turn 4.
Chenoweth knows he can't spend too much time racing with Chad Corcoran because he can see Lane Zardo getting away out front in that number 36. So Chenoweth will chase Corcoran down into turn number 3. Takes a little bit wider entry into 3 to cut down the track. Then he'll do the same again in 1 and 2. Drives in a little bit higher, trying to come across the bank and get a run off the turn.
Zardo, fastest car of the night. He's turned the fastest lap at a 16.507. Only 2 other drivers in these 16.5s are Nick Ramsey and Hudson Nagy.
Lane Zardo this time by is going to see the cross flags go up in this one. Going to be 25 laps up on the board, but that battle still for second. Oh, a little contact off of turn number 4. Chenoweth and Corcoran get together. Now Chenoweth going to take a peek down to the inside. They're beating and banging down into turns 1 and 2.
Whatever happened, Chenoweth decided it's time for him to make his move, and it might have been seeing the 07 and Nick Ramsey close in on his back end.
Just that shot down the backstretch, you saw Corcoran. I think he was telling Chenoweth he was number 1 out the window. There was definitely some hand gesturing going on. I'm not good on sign language, but I don't think the 51 was pleased with that.
It's important to encourage your friends out on the racetrack as we have a look at that replay. Chenoweth, that was one good sturdy shot to the tail end of the Corcoran number 31.
Chenoweth now settling back down behind the back bumper of that 31 machine. Now Chenoweth got a bit of a lineup behind him. Nick Ramsey, Hudson Nagy, Justin Collison going to try to join into that train as well. All of this going on behind our race leader, Lane Zardo, who's got about a 5-car length advantage. We'll see if anybody has maybe a little bit of bumper tag here as we start to close in on 20 laps to go. Chenoweth maybe used up his stuff trying to get around that 31 machine. Maybe he's cooling off, who knows? But right now, the half-car length separates our 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th drivers.
Also coming into that battle, the 20 of Mason Culver. Again, his cousin Trevor Culver, multi-time Delaware Speedway Super Stock champion. I gotta say, Mason has just got stronger and stronger the last couple months in that Super Stock running weekly at Delaware. They've really found some speed. And he's looking pretty good out here tonight. Definitely not looking out of place in that 20 car.
No, doing a great job. Not far off of the pack. Justin Collison, this has to be driving him nuts. He's been about 3-4 car lengths off the back end of the Nagy 36 for about the last 10 laps.
I'm not sure who's, whoa, there we got some contact down in 3 and 4 between Burrows and Everingham getting racing. Everingham just pushed Burrows up the speedway, and now we got a problem. Looks like, I bet you Everingham cut a tire down there. Oh,
I think he might have punched the rat out of that number 48.
There is definitely steam coming out of that 48 machine of Everingham.
Maybe he was sliding on his own water. He's got the wheels diced. He's broken a tie rod. He has to have, because he's got the left side wheel is turned hard to the right. The right side wheel has to be disagreeing. Why else would that car be?
I just think he's got several problems right now.
Guys, we were here talking down here during the autograph session, and someone said he's got some lifter issues under the hood. Now, obviously, that wasn't lifter problems we were looking at. But, Jamie, I tend to agree with you. I think there's multiple issues there with that 48 car.
You could see what I think was a tie rod hanging down under the 48 when he limped his way into the pits there. You could see a bar hanging. I think that's what it is. The right side tie rod on the front has come off, and front end's not agreeing on which direction it should be traveling.
And for the first time since 2023, we've got a caution flag in a Dayco Superstock race at Flamboro Speedway.
I think that's just what the doctor ordered. Chad Corcoran fended off Sean Chenoweth. Chenoweth looked like he couldn't close back in on the rear bumper of the 31, but a restart will fix a lot of things, and this one's going to be a lot of fun to watch play out.
So what does Corcoran do when the Q's cone comes out? Does he stay in line and follow the leader, or does he take that outside groove and risk losing some spots if he can't grab the lead?
I almost promise you Sean Chenoweth does whatever Corcoran does not. He's either going to be on the outside of the front row or in the third spot.
I'm not taking that bet because I would agree with you.
What happens behind them will be a lot of fun. You know, if you're Nick Ramsey, if you're Hudson Nagy, you've got some tricks up your sleeve. Justin Collison would love the chance to move up in the order. So we'll let the scoring team get things sorted out, make sure they're in the right order, and it looks like they are. Here comes the choose cone heading out onto the front straightaway. The drivers will choose off of turn number 4.
Quite possibly the bravest man in motorsports, the choose cone guy.
Did you guys ever name the cone?
Nothing official.
I've heard names. Whether it's official or not is a different story.
Patent pending.
Wow, Lane Zardo to the outside. So
look
at that.
That one I did not have on my bingo card for sure.
Right? Lane goes to the outside. Chenoweth does what Corcoran does. Nick Ramsey winds up on the high side.
I should have taken the bet.
You really should have.
I have seen Lane use the outside a couple times this season and really he pinches everybody off, kind of coming off of turn number 4 and gets a good drive off. So we'll see if maybe that's what he's planning.
Oh, we've seen how much Humpty he's got under the hood. Definitely not short in the horsepower department when they do get going.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, Nick Troback up the outside, picking up a few spots there. He's exciting to watch too. So there's a lot of things to look for here on this restart, but Lane Zardo going to lead the way. And that car makes some great horsepower. We saw him in a couple of side-by-side battles, and he was able to open that gap on the straightaway. Sean Chenoweth is going to want to help Corcoran as much as he can down into the corner.
He did that once before, though. So we'll see. Field in the hands of Lane Zardo, defending winner of this race in the 36Z, and he gets a dynamite jump.
Wow.
Caught him sleeping.
I don't know
and
what happened.
What a move by Nick Ramsey. Follows Zardo around the outside and grabs second spot.
Problem for Cole Burrows. The nose pushed in on that number 63 as he is slow on the backstretch. Justin Collison battling with Sean Chenoweth for the 4th spot.
Corcoran tucks in the line in 3rd. And now Collison will tuck in the line in 5th behind Chenoweth right in front of Hudson Nagy. They work through 3 and 4. Going to be 17 left to go at the line. It is the Thrill Billy. Lane Zardo in the 36Z. He leads the way there. You see Chenoweth in that beautiful Stewart's Equipment Kubota machine. The 89C sitting 5th right now.
Nick Ramsey was probably the best benefactor of that caution flag all the way up to 2nd. Now, does he have anything for that 36 machine as they work back into 1 and 2? Corcoran, Chenoweth, Collison, your top 5. Hudson Nagy, Nick Troback picked up a couple spots and able to hold on. He's in that 7th spot. Mason Culver, Paul Pepper, Cole Burrows, Colton Everingham as we close in on 15 laps to go this time by for that number 36 machine. But you see Sean Chenoweth getting racy, and the caution flag's going to fly. Cole Burrows comes to a stop on the exit of turn 2. You just saw that front end damage, so maybe something under the hood, but that 63 machine, London Property Corp, does come to a stop with 16 laps to go.
So, cautions breed cautions.
You going to take that bet this time, Jamie?
I'm not sure what the bet is yet.
Well,
does Chenoweth do what Corcoran does or what he doesn't do? I would say he does what Corcoran doesn't do. Well, yeah. I'll take it this time, Adam.
Okay, you know what? I will take the same bet. He's not going to do what Corcoran does. He's going to do the opposite.
Yeah.
So there is no bet.
No, there is no bet.
You got nothing.
I was really hoping we were going to be betting some Flamburgers. I'm getting a little hungry up here.
Kevin Small / FanDuel expert extraordinaire setting up the betting lines up here in the tower.
Over under how many Flamburgers I've eaten today. Actually, over under how many Flamburgers you were going down for one earlier, weren't you?
Oh, hammered it. Destroyed the Flamburger.
You got to get at least a double patty dipped in gravy. That's the only way to go around here.
What?
Don't ask. Sits a little heavy.
It's a special order item.
Jumpin' Jiminy. Choose cone is out? No, it's not.
It's just like at McDonald's. There's some stuff available that's not on the menu. You just got to know the code word for it.
You get the code where you can get that secret menu going. That's the good stuff. That's when you can have some fun.
For example, DJ Kennington taught me this. Also picked up by Joe Chisholm and verified that when you go to Dairy Queen, you order cone dip in your Blizzard. So the chocolate stuff that they dip the cone in, they'll put a couple squirts in your Blizzard and it chocolates up and hardens. And I heard it's pretty good.
I don't know how you guys know these things, but this is like a little bit of magic.
I'm getting really hungry. So fans, if you're getting hungry too in the stands, you can get yourself some Flamburgers. Double patty, cheese, bacon, dipped in gravy. That's the way to go.
Goodness gracious.
The cone dip in the Blizzard sounds pretty good too, I will say that.
Your cardiologist loves you, doesn't he?
Just going to say that, yeah, I was working on the joke I wanted to follow that with, but there was going to be a cardiologist in it.
Well, hey, I can talk about it. Whether or not I eat it is a different story. I'm going to go home and have a nice Greek salad when I get home.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
I'm trying. You know, my wife, as a Father's Day present, signed me up for a half marathon. So she says, here, happy Father's Day. Go run 21 and a half kilometers.
Not many people know what they're going to get on their final Father's Day.
Yeah, that could be the last one.
All right, let's choose. Lane Zardo goes to the inside. Nick Ramsey goes to the inside. Sean Chenoweth, like, I want nothing to do with Chad Corcoran.
Well, after the last restart, I do not blame him.
No,
the 31 did not get up and going, but Hudson Nagy's going to take a spin on the outside. I believe he was 7th.
So Cole Burrows stopped on the backstretch to draw yellow, and his penalty is restarting in the 6th spot. $16 laps to go. 34 laps are in the books. I think business is going to pick up. Lane Zardo has been the class of the field so far, but let's see if anybody's got anything for him. I think row number 2 is pretty stout. Chad Corcoran is no slouch either, but he's got to get up on the wheel for this restart.
So we're 2 events in this year. Event number 3 for the Super Stocks. Zardo with a 1-point lead over Nick Ramsey and 2 points over Chenoweth coming into today. So this championship a long ways from over, but Lane Zardo could try to take a little bit of control here today. He's your pole sitter on the restart and some contact down into one. Everybody up the speedway.
Boy, oh boy, I thought that was going to be a big opportunity for Sean Chenoweth, but he couldn't fill that hole. The back end looked to come around on the 89, going down into the corner. Lane Zardo out in front. Corcoran picks up the second spot. Nick Ramsey third.
Chad Corcoran, is that the quietest runner-up spot you've seen, or what? Just surviving out there. Doing a great job in that 31, wheeling it. And trying to take off after the 36Z of Zardo.
I gotta think that 89C is Sean Chenoweth getting a little frustrated behind the wheel. That Stewart's Equipment Kubota Canada machine has had some tough breaks on these restarts. Right now going to work on that 07 of Nick Ramsey. Hudson Nagy in there as well. You can see Chenoweth all kinds of out of shape coming off of turn 4, trying to set that car up. Further in the field, Mason Culver, Nick Trobeck, Paul Pepper, some contact. There's fender parts flaring all over the place.
Yeah, Paul Pepper really had to collect that car on the front straightaway to avoid calamity there. We're able to stay green.
Trobeck throwing the blocks on the 20 machine. If Culver's going to get around Trobeck, it's going to have to be on the outside. I got news for you.
I think it might just need to be with the assistance of a bump and run.
Well, that could also work as well. There's the field working through 1 and 2. Going to be 10 laps to go this time by. There you see Hudson Nagy holding off Justin Cullison. That's the race for 6th spot. Cole Burrows running 8th.
Chad Corcoran was slightly faster than Lane Zardo last time at the stripe, and he's slightly faster once again this time. So that 31 still got some speed in it. See if he can close that gap a little bit more. As you get about this close to the car in front of you, sometimes willpower can take over and reel you in. Sometimes you overdrive the corner and you lose more ground than you gain.
A little separation between Ramsey and Chenoweth in that race for 3rd, but I'm sure business is going to pick up again now. Culver finally does get to the inside of Trobeck through 3 and 4. Move Mason Culver up to 8th.
Paul Pepper going to try to do the same thing up the inside, down into turn number 1. Gives Trobeck lots of racing room on the outside. They're side by side down the backstretch.
Pepper on the bottom, Trobeck up top. Pepper's in the 29, Trobeck in the 73. They beat, they bang a couple times through 3 and 4. Now Trobeck slams the door on Pepper down in 1 and 2. Somebody should tell these guys they're racing for 10th in an 11-car field.
Well, don't tell them. They're putting on a good show. Beating and bagging this time by 6 laps ago as that battle continues to go on for 9th and 10th. Up front, though, Lane Zardo, Chad Corcoran. Top 2, Nick Ramsey, Sean Chenoweth. Kind of separated themselves here this time by as we see 5 to go. There's about a car length and a half between each of the top 4 as they work off of turn 2.
Looks like the best battle for position coming up could be for 5th spot, where Hudson Nagy has it down into 3 and 4, and Justin Cullison in the London Recreational Racing number 13 is climbing all over the rear spoiler. Nagy takes a peek to the inside. Oh, he'll get him rooted up off the bottom. Cullison to the bottom of Nagy. They make contact, and Hudson Nagy's going around.
Comes to rest on the inside of the exit of turn number 2.
Definitely not what Lane Zardo wanted to see. He had this one well at hand. Was looking at his 6th career Dayco Superstock feature win.
If you're Sean Chenoweth, and this race is far from over, there's lots of action still to come, but you really wanted that 3rd spot. Let's have a look at the replay here. Collison gets a good run off of turn 4, points the car to the inside. Little bit of contact, little more contact, and then there was contact and some more contact, and Nagy goes around.
I think it was just a lot of contact going all over the place.
As soon as their wheels hit, that's what snapped Hudson's car right around.
And Carlson had been working on that back bumper at Nagy for a good number of laps.
And you can see some heavy damage to the right front of Cullison's car, too. And it looks like the 13's being sent to the back for conduct unbecoming.
So, and really, it's just a reward for all of us because now he gets to go back and play with Hudson some more.
Yeah, they can renew acquaintances at the back of the pack.
I think they're just waving hi to each other over there in 3 and 4.
As long as it's with all 5 fingers.
You know, I think if you're Sean Chenoweth on this restart, I think you want to try to get as far forward as possible rather than trying to set yourself inside, outside. I think you want to say, hey, you know what? If the outside's open, maybe the top 3 take the bottom. I'm taking the top. Just my idea.
I think you're absolutely right.
I think you're going to see Corcoran do whatever Zardo doesn't do, though. He's got a shot here.
I think
to be this close to a Dayco Superstock win number 1, you got to take the stab at it if you're the 31.
he had a good restart on the outside last time. Zardo taking the inside, Corcoran taking the inside. Wow, Sean Chenoweth. Fourth is a very hard place to restart because you can't dictate what the outside line does. You're kind of at the mercy of whatever the outside pole setter does. So Cole Burrow is saying, well, I'll take that spot. Nick Troback in the 73 heads up there into the 6th position.
Troback on the outside. That's going to be one to watch here. Troback, a tough customer to get around here at Flamboro Speedway. So now he's got a couple cars lined up on the inside behind him. So this is going to be a good race for this one.
5 laps remain. 45 laps in the book. 5 laps to go. Lane Zardo worked his way to the lead fairly quickly in that 36. Once he's been there, he's really not been challenged.
He survived the first few restarts. Not sure if this will be the last one, but we'll see if he survives this one as well. Nick Ramsey, feature winner in our season opener at Delaware Speedway. Zardo, defending series champ and defending winner here at Flamboro. Ramsey gets a decent jump. He'll fire into line right in front of Corcoran.
That was a bold move by... Oh, they're crashing at the back. Justin Collison up the outside wall. Mason Culver rolls slowly down the back straightaway. And Sean Chenoweth has really been hindered by a couple of restarts where the lane he chose just did not go.
And this is going to take a couple minutes to get that 13 truck down, or 13 car down off the wall.
You know the you can't park there meme? Is it meme? Meme?
You said what I was thinking, just so you know.
I kind of thought that. You can't park there, Justin. Unfortunate for that LRR car, but I think Clint's down there. He might have a closer look here as the safety team's on site, but I think Clint's a little bit closer than we are down here on trackside.
Yeah, guys, we're in here. Justin obviously looks all right. He's in here talking to the safety crew. Working to get out. We'll get out of their way here so they can get working on. It's going to take some ginger toe work here to get this one off. And we'll get a word with Justin just as soon as he climbs out here. He's on the car, everybody, working on his own power, which is great. Justin looking around to try and figure out what got him here.
There's contact between him and the 20. For sure.
They will work on getting some straps and some chocks in here, and we'll work on getting a word with Justin as he takes a look at the damage here. Now, I don't see anything that's going to keep him out of this one. What do you think, Justin? Can you get back in there?
I just need to put 2 tires on the right side. We can go back out, it looks like it so far, but yeah, that was not ideal.
What happened out here?
I don't know, man. I just got her rolling on the outside, and I don't quite know what exactly happened with Culver there, and we just hooked up, and it sent me up the wall. Not ideal.
All right, well, you got 2 right sides if you need them?
Yeah, we do, actually. So if the crew's listening, maybe get the right sides ready.
There you go. He thinks he can get back out there, guys. We'll let you know what happens here.
That is the never give up attitude right there.
It'd be almost impossible to get back into that car the way it's sitting right now. Unless you can do a pull-up from underneath it, which Justin's young and athletic looking.
I think the first thing they got to do is get it off the wall. Jack right in there. Now, most of that right side damage was from an earlier accident.
I don't even know if he needs a right rear. He needs a right front.
It might hold there. He's only got to hold it for 5 laps.
It's perfect. Justin having a good look at the geometry down there, make sure everything that's supposed to be connected is still connected.
It's not. He says he's got a tie rod out, so they're done, guys.
I was just going to say the left front tire is turned hard to the left, the right front is pointed straight. Now the goal is to pick the car up and get it set back down without doing any more damage to it than there already is.
See our Bark safety team going to work there. This is going to be quite the tow truck maneuverability here very shortly, guys.
Okay, they're going to try to pick up both ends of this car in kind of a cradle situation, but normally the trucks are pointed in opposite directions, not parked side by side.
Now, I remember we had one go over the wall here in 3 and 4 a few years ago.
You're going to have to be more specific.
Well, yes, I know there's been a few. But it happened to be the night that there was a towing company sponsoring the night, and they had the big rotator here. And he went over the wall right about where the rotator was parked. So they put the rotator to work and got him off the wall that night. Actually, I'm trying to remember who it was. It was a late model race, though.
Yeah, I've seen it happen here a few times, and I remember the situation you're talking about. I don't remember who it was. That's a little beyond my capacity.
I have seen a few go out of the park, as we call them here.
Well, yeah, super modified. Stuck throttle there, made 2-4 here at Flamboro.
Yeah, that was.
He left the building.
That was an interesting wreck, that's for sure.
Kevin, have a look at your messenger. Alex Nagy's got a message for you. Let's take a quick break here. When we come back, we will see the finish of this Dayco Superstock 50-lap race.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information
well, fans,
you
while we
need
work
in the
on cleaning
palm of
this
your
one up
hand.
here, if you want to grab yourself the 50-50 tickets, I got your winning 50-50 ticket number here. Hopefully the guys in the Waterdown Lions Club are ready to go. I see them standing up there. If they want to give me some thumbs up and let me know they're ready. I don't have good vision, but I think that's a thumbs up. Or they told me I was number 1. So we're going to go with the thumbs up. So winning 50-50 ticket number tonight is 25128.
Tracks.
25128.
Have you covered.
25128. 25128. That is your number.
Watch anytime, anywhere on your phone, tablet, or TV apps. Get a 10-year archive of grassroots races, plus behind-the-scenes NASCAR team coverage. And when the spotlight turns to Trans Am, Racing America brings you front-row access to the action. This is racing at every level. This is Racing America.
Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordia Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordeleMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
Welcome back to Flamboro Speedway. The tow truck is unhooked from Justin Collison's car. They've got it down off the wall. Now they'll try to unwind some of the safety straps that were used to pick the car up. The job was nicely done back there. Again, you don't want to do more damage than was already done to the race car. So now the Abrams Towing will back up, and it'll be a little more. And Justin Collison thinks he might be able to get going once again. So obviously just so if a tie rod failed, it's either a tie rod or a hind joint. He's given instructions to the crew to let them know what's going to be needed to get him back into the swing of things. They just took the trunk out of the car. No need for that.
Hey, who do we call about the security around here?
That's the security guy. That's the problem.
Yeah, Gary Colling is kind of legacy here. He's got free reign to do what he wants.
See, if he's the security guy, we could be in trouble because he's only like 4'2", so like a Oompa Loompa. Are you starring in that new Charlie Chocolate Factory movie coming out? Yeah, he's giving me the head. Yep, there it is.
It's between 4'2" and 4'6", depending on what 7-Eleven he's leaving.
Guys, the tie rod is disconnected here, but I believe it's just as you said, Adam. It's either going to be a Heim or a bolt. Should be a quick, easy fix here. So we'll see what happens. They just look pushed back a little bit into the fender, so not sure if it's going to quite be that easy. And he's got issues here on the right rear by the looks of it too a little bit.
It's fine. If you don't look at it, it's fine.
Yeah, looks like the spring's out of the pocket or something here. Because he's got a heck of a rub down that right rear right now.
Well, his dad, Brad Collison, back in the pits. I'm sure they've got some other help back there as well.
As the tow truck goes to work, I just got a message here from Alex. I wonder if they can maybe take a replay down in the, Spencer, down in the truck there. I wonder if you guys can show the replay there with the 13 and the 20. We got a quick glimpse of it, but maybe we can take another look at that accident to see exactly what transpired to kind of put us under this red flag. As we see our Abrams tow truck going to work there with the 13 machine.
I don't know. I think the officials need more screens up there.
I did ask if they wanted me to turn on the replay camera, and they said no, they had an iPad. So I said, okay, no problem.
So Collison being towed through the infield. Here's a look at the replay. It'll be on the right side. And it was just, the contact was insignificant with Culver, and then he just slid up. Jamie, you mentioned it earlier. Once you touch tires, really both cars are kind of out of control.
And it seemed like when they touched tires, they kind of got sucked together, and that was what drove Culver back into Collison to put him up on the wall.
So there goes Collison back into the pits. That is the super stock end of the pits there off of turn number 2, so it won't be far to take him to the attention of his pit crew. They're going to need some of them focused on the front end, some of them focused on that right rear. But we are back under yellow. You can hear the cars refiring down on the front stretch, or at least we are soon to be back under yellow. And there goes the pace car.
I wonder what this brake is going to do to things. Everything's had a chance to cool down now. We'll see who's got the good short run setup for the last 5 lap sprints through the checkered.
You can see track owner there, John Caselli, down inspecting with the golf cart, maybe putting some orders in. Don't think it's quite time to turn the lights on yet, but he is down there. Looks like the choose cone's out. Looks like they're coming to the choose here right now.
So I even got sent a photo of the incident we were talking about. It was Tom Gibbons involved, but it was Chris Mitchell who ended up on the top of the wall. So thanks to, luckily, I mean, Adam, I like to think I got a decent memory, but there's only so much you can fit in my pinochle head, right? So it's nice that we've got viewers that can remember the other important stuff.
I make so many mistakes and misrepresentations that people have me on speed dial to correct me.
Fake news Ross.
Thank goodness.
Could you imagine what we did without technology, though?
You just had to believe what the announcer was feeding you.
Just quite easy. All the stupid stuff we did as kids, there was no cameras around to catch it.
It's true. That is true.
And I can tell you, the statute of limitations has run out on everything now, so I don't mind talking about it.
Safety crew back onto the racetrack. So maybe reports of debris or some sort of a mess they're going to follow up on.
I got to give him a shout out. I see our race director, who's typically up in the booth. He's in the little red truck, Tim Norris. We're putting him to actual work tonight, not just race directing work, actual work. Good to see him out there with the guys in the cleanup. True. Good job, Tim. Well done. I see you let your son drive, though. Mike's behind the wheel a little red tonight.
So just getting a note on the APC series, but Jake Sheridan is going to be starting at the tail after qualifying in the top 6.
Jake did have a couple problems last weekend here with the Grisdale Showdown Series. He had I believe it was a power steering rack seal went off on it, so maybe that was the ailment on that number 52 machine, but we'll see what happens. 125 laps a long ways, but it looks like the lights are off on that beautiful Flamboro Speedway pace car, and there's the return, the 13 car, back on the Speedway.
Did not see that coming.
Power steering issues for the Sheridan 52 that they had to address as Justin Collison gets up to speed in that number 13. It's not as pretty as it was at the start of it, but
he's looking to get the re-jump on this restart in that 13. Meanwhile, Zardo, the control car, Ramsey alongside him. We've got 5 laps left to go here at Flamboro to decide tonight's Dayco Super Stock winner, event number 3 of our 2026 season. And how about Zardo? But Ramsey hanging tough. Zardo puts the door to him now. Ramsey crowds him into 3 and 4. Corcoran right there. We got one around. It's Troback. We'll see if he can get rolling.
Well, we got some debris on the front. Wow, it blew right off the front stretch up into the grass, but Troback is still at rest on the inside of 3 and 4.
So 2 restarts ago, we saw Nick Ramsey dive to the bottom in front of Corcoran. He tried it again and has ripped all the pretty off that right front of that 31 machine.
Well, if we're able to show that restart again, you're going to see Chad Corcoran almost out of control off of turn number 2. I don't think we're going to get a look at it, but Corcoran was trying to get back to the throttle. That car was all sorts of loose.
The question is, does he get a black flag over this? That bodywork hanging on the right front of that 31 machine.
It's pretty secure on there. Although it looked kind of like the stop sign off a school bus or something hanging right straight out.
Might lose that whole right side there if he's not careful. Going to be interesting to see if he's going to start on the outside or
losing
not.
the right side would probably be the best thing that could happen right now.
Maybe he's just going to try to knock it off.
I was just going to say if he pulls up beside Ramsey. And the trouble with the wall here at Flamboro is it's tilted ever so slightly. So if you try to rub the wall, you're going to climb up it.
Yeah, the stripes are not just an illusion. There is a bit of a slope to them if you actually do look at them. If you get a direct shot at the wall, they do have a bit of an angle to them. As we saw by the 13 machine crawling up on the wall. Maybe he's going to rub up against the little red truck. Maybe that'll work. Is that legal?
I remember somebody doing it here.
It's only illegal if you get caught. And the fact that we have cameras everywhere tells me you're probably going to get caught.
Four laps to go when we get back underway here.
Yeah, we got a lap in the books there. Corcoran is going to try to rub up against the outside wall.
Without launching the car in the air. It's not working.
I think that made it worse.
And the last thing he wants is a black flag. You know, his crews and the spotter down there are probably lobbying race officials right now. He's going to try again on the backstretch. I don't know if that made it better or worse.
Well, I don't think it made it better.
There is a bit of left rear damage to that 07 of Nick Ramsey as well, so we'll keep an eye on that left rear tire. Not sure if it's pointed all the way in on that left rear tire there or not, but he's got a pretty good ding right where that fender well goes in. You get a pretty good shot.
Tough break for Corcoran. He has been sent to pit side.
Listen, you guys are talking like his chances at a win are over. Have you watched the last 3 laps?
We could have 4 more restarts.
Yep. Restart cone heading back out onto the front straightaway. Sean Chenoweth's going to get an extra opportunity because if Ramsey chooses the inside to go behind lane, either way, Chenoweth's getting an opportunity.
Wow. Cole Burrows is going to be the outside of the front row in the restart.
Wowzers.
Hudson Nagy will restart 4th after he was sitting 5th.
Nick Troback going to be back up to 6th here after that spin. So spin and back to almost the top 5. How about that?
Chad Corcoran came back out. They removed about a foot of the body but left another foot of it still dangling. But I don't think they're going to allow him to pull back up there.
Well,
looks like they tried to reattach it.
They had the cone off the speedway before he came back out. But the same thing happened with Cullison and Mason Culver. They made them start at the back of the longest line.
Yes.
Maybe because he got black flagged and he wasn't an accident car. So I think I can think
No,
of.
I think he's supposed to go to the back.
Well, he'll restart 8th here. Green flag in the air. Zardo on the bottom. How about Cole Burrows getting no?
Never do that.
That almost wadded up a whole bunch of race cars.
Yes, sir.
That could have been big. It was very close to being big. Ah, there we go. 31 to the back.
You almost always want to try to throw the green, because they're expecting it.
And then give them the yellow on the backstretch.
Yep. But hey, here we are. No harm, no foul. Let's do this again.
1 to go. Being given by Sean Gibbs atop the flag stand.
How far up has Cole Burrows run in this race? Has he been better than 5th?
2nd right now.
Prior to this?
No, I don't believe he has.
That's the fun part about the choose cone. We've got 4 laps to go as we come back towards the green. Lane Zardo on the inside. Cole Burrows up on the high side.
In the air, we're off and rolling. Just 4 laps left to go. Burrows trying to hang tough on the outside groove. Zardo will close the door. He'll take the lead. Now here comes Ramsey to the inside of Burrows for 2nd. Chenoweth side by side with Nagy for 4th. They're rack stacked and packed from 2nd on back.
Cole Burrows holding his own up there right now in the 3rd spot. Working the outside lane of Nick Ramsey. Sean Chenoweth gets to the inside now. Ramsey up into that 2nd spot.
Deep waters on that outside. Chenoweth to his inside. Burrows 3rd. Chenoweth 4th by about half a car length. But Chenoweth right there in that 89. 2 to go as they hustle down the backstretch. This is the race for the bronze medal spot. Trobeck just tapped the wall down the backstretch. And it looks like Chenoweth's going to wrestle bronze medal away from Cole Burrows. The white flag in the air. The London Recreational Racing white flag for the 36 of Lane Zardo.
Down into 3 and 4 the final time. He would not be denied. Lane Zardo takes the Dayco Superstock 50-lap feature event.
3rd Flamboro win of his career. 6th career win in the Dayco Superstocks.
Yeah, but this one means a little bit more.
Definitely racing with a heavy heart here this evening in that 36Z. You can see the hat out the window.
Clinton Jeffrey going to greet him in victory lane. Lane Zardo getting some instruction on where they want him. Looks like it'll be on the front straightaway. He just would not be denied here tonight. Nick Ramsey and Sean Chenoweth join him in the top three. And there is an entourage heading down out of the grandstands to check out the festivities. Zardo getting all of his gear undone. I don't know where he was keeping that hat, but he was pretty quick to get to it. He's going to jump out with the helmet still on, Clinton.
Lane Zardo up on the roof. Everybody make some noise for your Superstock winner here tonight, Lane Zardo. He'll get the helmet off and we'll get a word with him in just a moment's time. A cold drink awaiting him as well. And he'll jump down off the door and come around and get a word with us here. As you heard him earlier, said he's racing with pride today. Got it done, wearing Dad's fire suit as well. And we'll get him over here for a word or two. Lane, solid drive as always, man. You're so tough in these super stocks tonight. What does this one mean for you after a couple of tough weeks?
Yeah, like I said, man, I just got nothing but pride in my heart. I'm so proud to drive for Bester Forest Products and Kenny Grubb and all the guys with this beautiful Montgomery Ford. Thank you, Andy Schmidt. Thank you, Raptor Air Filters, Bester Forest Products, Lawnman, ACR. And like I said, man, I'm Bill Zardo Jr.'s son, and I'm proud of that, and I'll forever be my father's son.
Enjoy this one, Lane. That's a good one. He's got this epic racewear flag, everybody, and if you don't know, he's going to sign it. And one of you guys might get this very special epic racewear flag as a souvenir from our winner here, Lane Zardo, guys. So we'll watch as he gets his signature on the epic racewear flag. Then we'll get over here and talk to second and third as well. Sorry, Heather. Well, Nick, let's talk about your run here. You know, you were coming on at the end there. I heard you say you didn't need that red flag.
No, we had a really good long run car. The more we sat there on the front stretch, the worse this thing got. But, you know, happy to see Lane get it done. I've been in his shoes. I know what it's like to race with that on your shoulder, so happy to see them get it done.
Solid drive tonight.
Thank you.
Nick Ramsey, guys, that'll do things from down here on the front straightaway. It'll be Nick Ramsey grabbing second, Lane Zardo with the win. Of course, Chenoweth is back in the pits, getting his 89C ready to bring out here for the APC late models. That'll do it for the Dayco Superstocks. We got 125 laps to come for the APC late models. We'll be right back live from Flamboro Speedway.
Five-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
Can't hear on the phone? You're not alone. With Roger Voice, every phone call comes with real-time captions, even on video calls, so you can read what's being said as it happens. Adjust the language and text size to fit your needs for a more comfortable experience. Free and unlimited. Roger Voice is certified by the FCC. Download it today and stay connected with ease.
The Must-See Racing National Sprint Car Series heads back to Owasso Speedway on Saturday, July 11th, as their 2026 campaign continues. It's the best winged sprint car drivers in the country on the fast Michigan 3/8 mile oval, along with late model sportsmen, trucks, mini wedges, and modifieds. Saturday, July 11th, the Must-See Sprint Cars headlining a full race card of action, and you can see it all only on Racing America.
The My Race Pass app is your motorsports headquarters on race night. With over 800 organizations across multiple forms of motorsports, you'll always have the information you need in the palm of your hand. Race day information with official entries, lineups, live timing and drag racing timing slips, official results, point standings, announcer audio, fantasy racing, and so much more. Don't be left in the dark on race night. Download the My Race Pass app today in Google Play and the App Store. My Race Pass, the ultimate racing resource.
Welcome to RacingAmerica.tv. From the local short tracks to the road racing stars of Trans Am, we have you covered. Subscribe now for live access to over 200 grassroots races streaming all season long. Watch anytime, anywhere on your phone, tablet, or TV apps. Get a 10-year archive of grassroots races, plus behind-the-scenes NASCAR team coverage. And when the spotlight turns to Trans Am, Racing America brings you front row access to the action. This is racing at every level. This is Racing America.
Looking for fast-paced action? Get your heart racing at Cordia Motor Speedway. Catch the best drivers from the Southeast compete on the high-speed 3/8 mile oval right in Cordele, Georgia. Just a half mile from I-75 at exit 104. Join us for a fun, family-friendly atmosphere for fans and drivers alike. For more information on upcoming events, visit CordeleMotorspeedway.com. And if you can't make it to the track, watch the action from Cordele live exclusively on Racing America.
In the fast-paced world of racing, communication is everything. When it comes to at-track communication, Racing Electronics is the leading provider of professional race communications. From driver and crew communications, two-way radios, headsets, scanners, custom hearing protection, and more. Racing Electronics is your go-to destination for all things motorsports. Before the green flag waves, ensure your team is equipped with communication gear from Racing Electronics. Visit a Racing Electronics representative at the track, stop by their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or shop online at racingelectronics.com.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
Five-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
There was a good puff of smoke as he come off of turn number 2 there a few laps prior to this. I'm sure that probably didn't help whatever was ailing that 83 machine.
I think there was some contact with Brady Smith when Smith tried to make a pass on the, well, he did make a pass coming off of turn number 2. But we're going to have our first opportunity with the choose cone in a little bit once they get things sorted out, get the 83 car back safely to the pit area.
3 Shaw Motorsports cars in the field tonight. Dale obviously behind the 83. Teammates, the 72 of Junior Farley and the 27 of Jacob Sutcliffe. A good job on the opening few laps by the 19 there of Connor Pritico, finding his way up into second spot.
Clinton Jeffrey working his way towards the accident scene down across the infield. Jackson at lightning speed with those new kicks.
Yeah, it's his new kicks. I can't keep up with the white shoes.
Dale Shaw down inside the race car talking to the crews.
Dale, what do you know? Is it terminal?
I think so, yeah.
All right, he's going to get up and take a look at it, guys. So says he thinks he might be done here.
Well, given that his springs are in 2 different locations, he'll have a quick look at the front end of the car.
Yeah, the front end's right on the ground. So checking out the clearance, and Dale says, yeah, it's good. Let's go. Dale holding the wheel, not sure if he's going to run alongside of it, but we will watch how this one goes, guys, and they'll move the Shaw car out of here.
So hopefully they'll pull that right down the front straightaway. Straight into the pits that way, because you don't want to see them make too many turns or go through too many elevation changes.
Dale's down there directing traffic.
Well, you don't want to do further damage, and there's some significant issues down there.
He was pointing towards turn 4, so maybe they are just going to pull that machine all the way around the racetrack. Tough break for the 83 machine. He's had a good couple runs here this season at Flamboro Speedway, and that's not what you want to see 6 laps into this London Recreational Racing 125.
No, and he's one of those drivers. Where was he at in the points, Jamie?
5th place.
So he was one of those drivers in that cluster from 3rd down to 8th.
This is the Dale Shaw conditioning program. He's going to walk that car all the way back to pit road.
So they're going to try to clear a path there on the outside. Give him a round of applause, race fans. Tough way to end his night. It's a long, hot day here at Flamboro Speedway. And Dale Shaw's night comes to an end with 6 laps complete.
Tough break for the inaugural series champ. Went back to victory lane last year at Sunset Speedway. About 9 years between victories. His first win came back in 2015. One of the first races on tour here at Flamboro. The other winner back in 2015, Sean Chenoweth. Your all-time winningest driver here in APC action at Flamboro Speedway, J.R. Fitzpatrick, who had 5 victories at his home track here at Flamboro. 22 of Steckley has 4 victories here. And 2 victories apiece for Shea Gemmel, Brandon Watson, as well as Andrew Gressel.
While we've got the chance, we want to give a shout out to Doug Townsend. He's watching along. on the stream. Hope you're feeling better, Doug, as the Dale Shaw car continues to make his way down towards the pits.
I just got a message here, guys. Apparently, our 50-50 winner tonight was Brenda Schoeneman.
Stop it. Is she even allowed?
Apparently, she's been playing since she got here and has never won. And tonight is the night. Brenda takes home the 50-50. I don't know if there's some home cooking in that or not. Seems a little suspicious. Or as the young people say, sus. Is that right?
Is that what they're saying these days?
You're looking at me.
I mean, I'm getting towards the older crowd at this point. But congratulations to Brenda. She's been saying she's been playing and has never won. So there you go. Well, good job, Brenda. Happy for you. As the choose cone comes out here, I believe, Shea Gemmel going to go to the top. Pritico down to the bottom. Stoddy down to the bottom. Brandon Watson going to be to the outside. Brady Smith. Jake Sheridan going to go to the outside as well. We'll see if that 52 machine can continue his march towards the front. He's going to be restarting in the 8th spot. So there you go, Jamie. 15th to 8 in 6 laps.
He's got it done here early and often. Jake Sheridan, your points leader. Again, 3 wins in a row. He was victorious in the Canada Day AC Delco 159 at Delaware. The Saturday before Canada Day, also victorious at Peterborough Speedway back the middle of June and the beginning of June / end of May. He started that streak here at Flamboro Speedway, looking to sweep the races here at Flamboro Speedway, but he's got a whole bunch of guys who want to make sure that doesn't happen, including your pole sitter, Shea Gemmel. He blasts off. Connor Pritico does not get the same kind of start. And here comes Brandon Watson in the 30 on the top side.
Brady Smith missed his entry down into turn number 1. That's going to cost him about 4 or 5 spots.
And Sheridan just circling the wagons on the outside, picking them up and laying them down to the outside of Steckley, now to the outside of Chenoweth. That 52's got places to go.
If you're Jake Sheridan, you've kind of got to reset your mind now. It was charged to the front, make some passes. Now he's with his competition that he's battling in the points championship. So now, okay, take a little bit more time. Don't use up the race car. But that's not really Jake Sheridan's style. He likes to be making passes. He likes to be at the front.
He just hung a left right across the nose of Junior Farley without signaling or anything. Now it's Steckley going to work on Stoddy. That's a great battle there. That's for 5th.
Josh Dottie just did the same thing. He wanted to be on the inside. He got himself to the inside.
He made a big move getting down into turn 1 last time around. Stoddy now holds off that 22 of Kyle Steckley. Up ahead, the 30 of Brandon Watson starts to go toe-to-toe with the 19 of Connor Pritico back in 3 and 4. Watson maybe trying to make some noise early on here. Pritico opens up the inside lane just a little bit. Watson going to poke a nose to the inside. It's still really early on in this one, but they're going to be side by side down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Give the edge to Brandon Watson into turn 3.
Watson will close the deal down in 3 and 4. This is all going on about 5 or 6 car lengths behind your leader, the 3 of Shea Gemmel. Watson has now cleared the 19 of Pritico, and he sets his sights on the 3. There's your leader, the Canusa APC machine. Again, winner last Saturday night at Flamboro Speedway. He's got a few wins here at Flamboro on tour, and he's got a 5-car length lead over Brandon Watson.
A little bit further back, the 52 of Jake Sheridan shuffled up the 22 of Kyle Steckley. That's going to be the battle for 6th and 7th. Sheridan going to take that spot away. Steckley able to get in front of the 72 of Junior Farley, but Jake Sheridan continuing that march towards the front. He just made a really nice move to get around a very hard customer at Flamboro Speedway, that 22 of Kyle Steckley.
Yeah, that 52 on the hunt, up in his 6th spot now. He sets his sights on Josh Stoddy. He's about 5 car lengths behind Stoddy. You saw the car get a little bit loose off of turn 4. Now, Steckley has fallen in the clutches of the 72 of Junior Farley.
Yeah, Junior Farley showing some great pace in the early going of this one, all over the back end of Kyle Steckley. And Brandon Watson slowly reeling in the 3 of Shea Gemmel. Lots of time. Connor Pritico settled into that 3rd spot. Sean Chenoweth in 4th. None of those positions really being contested at the moment.
There you see Junior Farley in that beautiful Burn workwear machine. trying to chase down the 22 of Steckley. Farley had his only career win came at Sunset a couple years ago. A great second place finish here at Flamboro. Back a few months ago, Flamboro won of this year. And that lead was 5 car lengths. Still about 4 maybe between Gemmel back to Watson. There's that Home Hardware Burn Workwear machine.
Recently had a career best top 10 finish at Oswego Speedway in a super modified as well. So Junior Farley puts in the miles, puts in the kilometers.
He's going to work on that 22. Kyle Steckley there. They've opened up about a 5 car length advantage of the front bumper of the 39 of Brady Smith, running in that 9th position. So we continue to circulate this 3rd mile Flamboro Speedway for the London Recreational Racing 125. 20 laps in the books here so far. Everyone kind of maybe sorting themselves out after that early caution, but that race for the lead starting to close in just a little bit as Brandon Watson's close within a car length and a half of the back bumper of Shea Gemmel as they work up off of turn number 2. There you can see the 17 of Josh Stoddy, he's fallen into the clutches of the 52 of Jake Sheridan. A great shot from the drone camera. Sheridan really trying to wrap the bottom on both ends of the speedway, and Stoddy maybe slowing up a little bit, but that gap is really closing as they exit off of turn 2.
It's almost like the intensity is settled down, but it's getting ready to pick up again. This is one of the battles that's going on for 5th spot. Stoddy has it, and Sheridan is right there. Jake the Snake Sheridan takes a peek to the inside of Stoddy. He'll follow the tire tracks of the 17 through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. Now he's going to make a move to the inside. Here comes your point leader in the 52.
Sheridan able to just turn to the inside and drive about 2 car lengths deeper into the corner. I don't know if he got Stoddy by surprise or if Stoddy just realized it's too early to put up a real big fight. You want to put in laps. You don't want to be battling too long side by side with anybody.
There you see Watson is reeled in within a couple car lengths of Shea Gemmel in the 3. Gemmel still leads here, 25 laps in, 100 to go. Brandon Watson goes 2nd, Connor Pritico 3rd, Chenoweth 4th, Sheridan 5th, Stoddy 6th, Steckley 7th, and the 72 of Junior Farley in 8th.
9th is that 39 of Brady Smith, 10th the 97D Tyler DiVincenzo, 11th the 2 of Kendra Adams, 12th the 23 of Connor Maltese, 13th 27S Jacob Sutcliffe, 14th the 17K of Danny Knoll Jr. So we continue to circulate this 3rd mile Flamboro Speedway. Right now, Junior Farley applying some pressure to the back bumper of that APC machine of Kyle Steckley. A little shot there on the exit of turn number 4. Steckley maybe saving some stuff, not sure, but Junior Farley is all over the back bumper off of turn 2.
Don't think Steckley's in conservation mode to the point where you want to be vulnerable to the front bumper of Junior Farley. Farley really getting around this place well. Brandon Watson about a car length and a half off the back of Shea Gemmel in that number 3. So we've got a battle for the lead. We've also got a battle for the 7th spot with Kyle Steckley.
And your leader is only a couple laps away from coming up on Danny Knoll Jr. Good to see him at Flamboro Speedway here tonight. He's from Buffalo, New York, runs modifieds through the Northeast. Got hurt pretty bad in a modified accident last year and pulled out the late model. That's what he's been competing in here this year. And coming to Flamboro Speedway last Saturday night to get his feet wet and having a decent run in his inaugural APC start here tonight. But he's got the leaders coming up on his rear doorstep, and it's going to be Shea Gemmel flying to the inside. And both him and Brandon Watson will quickly work around Knoll Jr. down the backstretch.
One of the favorite car races in my memory ever was Junior Hanley driving Danny Knoll Senior's modified down at New Smyrna and battling with Teddy Christopher. I think it was a 50-lap feature. What a show that was.
We're getting set to see a show right now. Brandon Watson, the all-time winningest driver in APC action. He's a 2-time champ, has not been to victory lane in quite some time, though. Would love to get back there. And he's got Shea Gemmel standing between him and the winner's circle.
action a little bit deeper behind them. The 89C of Sean Chenoweth slowly fading just a little bit. That 52 Raptor Filters of Jake Sheridan is pulled right up to the back bumper of that London Recreational Racing number 89 car as they work back into 3 and 4. Josh Stoddy in that mix there as well. Chenoweth has had a couple good runs this season at Flamboro Speedway, but he's got a tough customer behind them. That 52 of Jake Sheridan picked up win number 1 the second race of our Glisdale Showdown Series, but Sheridan closed that gap. It was about 7-8 car lengths. Now it's about 2 off the exit of turn number 4.
Sean Chenoweth works to the inside of Danny Knoll. Sheridan will get through as well down into turn 1. Now Josh Stoddy going to make quick work. In 1 and 2, Junior Farley still stalking the 22 of Kyle Steckley. Meanwhile, at the front, Shake Gemmel has put a bit of daylight between himself and Brandon Watson in the second spot. His lead's now up to about 4 car lengths.
Good race down into turn 1 between Tyler DiVincenzo on the bottom. He'll get underneath Brady Smith. Picks up a spot. Meanwhile, Steckley and the 72 of Farley still working under Danny Knoll Jr. Now, we've got a challenge for that spot. Sheridan has arrived. He's tucked up right underneath the rear spoiler of Sean Chenoweth. They'll work through 3 and 4. Chenoweth right now holding down that 4 spot, but Sheridan wants it.
Sheridan's really closed into the back bumper of Sean Chenoweth. Separate themselves a little bit from the 17 of Josh Stoddy, but Chenoweth, he knows his way around this Flamboro Speedway. He's going to be no easy customer to get around as we work lap number 41 of this one. That London Recreational Racing 125, and wouldn't it be a smile on Mike Schmidt's face if the Sean Chenoweth 89C machine ended up in victory lane, but he's going to hold off the charge from that 52 of Jake Sheridan, as Sheridan's right there on the exit of turn number 4. Can't quite get that 89 rooted up off the bottom, but Sheridan is still knocking on the door off of turn 2.
A little further back, the battle for 7th. Kyle Steckley is struggling to keep that 22 car down in the racing line. Struggling even harder when he's got Junior Farley's number 72 up under the back bumper.
Junior checking out the rear suspension setup on the 22 machine. Going to work him again off turn 2. Steckley just fast enough to stay out front. And Adam, for the last couple years, this is the thing that shocks me. For the last couple years, every place we've gone to, the 22 has been the car to beat. Here in 2026, a far different story. And he's getting taken to task right now by Junior Farley down in 3 and 4.
You know, they will make no excuse, and neither will I, but they're racing a number of different race cars across North America this season. You just can't. It's very challenging when you're not focused on one specific car to be as fast as he's been in recent years. As I said, they would never use that as an excuse, but it has to have some bit of effect.
Steckley in that great battle right now with Farley. They've been going at it for a while. Maybe Junior Farley's just waiting for his moment.
No, he was hanging the back end out big time last time through 1 and 2, trying to keep pace with the 22. Well, trying to get the power down to get the nose to the inside of that 22. He's got a good run down the back stretch. He'll chase him into 3 and 4. Really give him a good nudge in the center of the corner.
So your leaders have got by Jacob Sutcliffe, have lapped him. They're coming up on Connor Maltese and Kendra Adams off turn 4 as we look at that battle down the backstretch. Steckley still holding the spot, but Junior Farley stalking his every move.
Farley's starting to open up his entry there. That's what he did in 3 and 4 to be able to drive it deep down the inside of Steckley. He'll get his foot back in the throttle. He's still got the nose to the inside. He'll drive it deeper into turn number 3. Steckley's still able to hold him off, but Junior Farley is determined.
He is doing everything he can to get to the inside of that 22.
Toe-to-toe off of turn number 2, maybe a little bit more bumper tag, a little bit of beating and rubbing down into 3 and 4. Farley this time gets the 22 shuffled up to the outside. Now will he be able to complete the pass on the inside? Farley finally clears that 22 back into 1 and 2. Kyle Steckley maybe going to try a crossover move, but no. Junior Farley up to the 7th position. Kyle Steckley now back to 8th as we've just passed over lap number 50, working lap 52 in this one.
And we saw the hand come out of the 22. It almost feels like tonight's race card should be presented by Keller School for the Deaf, because they're using the hand signals everywhere out here tonight.
Well, Junior Farley's got to relearn all of his marks. He's been right behind the 22 car for the last 30 laps, so now he's got open racetrack as Kendra Adams moves down to the inside. for Shea Gemmel and Brandon Watson to head up to the high side. So Kendra Adams goes a lap down. This is a long green flag run, so she is having a decent night out there up to speed.
Sitting 11th right now and in the lucky dog position. As you see your leader, Shea Gemmel, who is picking him up and laying him down, but he has not been able to shake the two-time champ Brandon Watson, who has hung right with him through traffic. Now they work underneath Danny Knowles Jr. again. And here comes Watson blasting through that hole as well, not letting Shea Gemmel out of the sights.
Gemmel doing a good job at the front of the field. He's got a little bit of clean traffic. Next one on the chopping block will be the 39 of Brady Smith as they continue to circulate this third mile Flamboro Speedway. A little bit further back, I'm still watching that battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Sean Chenoweth, Jake Sheridan, Josh Stoddy. They're still nose to tail, even through this lap traffic. Sheridan had a couple cracks at the back bumper of Sean Chenoweth, but no dice. Josh Stoddy hanging right in there, saying, hey, if you guys are going to start to mix it up, I'm going to be here to pounce when the time's ready.
Sheridan was playing the aggressor there, trying to get by Chenoweth. Now he's on defense as he's got Josh Stoddy filling up that rear view mirror. Again, Jake Sheridan chasing his 4th win in a row. He's got to find some speed here in the second half of this one to get that done.
Boy, this is not good for Connor Pritico. He catches up to Kendra Adams just as Adams is making a move on Danny Knowles. So they're side by side right in front of Connor Pritico. He's got a pretty good cushion behind him, but it's costing him time to those race leaders.
And now Maltese, well, now that Chenoweth and Sheridan pack's going to see the same problem as Maltese and Sutcliffe both get to the inside of Danny Knowles Jr. And now Pritico will work to the outside of Kendra Adams into turn 1. We are in the second half of this one. And your halfway leader is going to be Shea Gemmel in the 3 car. Courtesy of McCall Racing Enterprises.
Shea Gemmel holding a pretty wheel so far in this one. He's had Brandon Watson breathing down his neck, but he's been up to the task as they work through a lot of slower traffic. They've got some clear racetrack for the next little while out there as we look back through the field to see where the battle is. I would say it's that battle where Sean Chenoweth is trying to hold off the 52 with Jake Sheridan for the 4th spot.
They've been going at it for 4th place for a while, and Chenoweth sideways off turn 2. Saved it, some damage to the right front of Sheridan's car. Now Sheridan to the outside of Chenoweth.
This is going to be a long, painful process for Jake Sheridan if Sean Chenoweth thinks he was hard done by. Because Sean will make Jake's life miserable for the next little while.
Now Sheridan tucks back in line behind Chenoweth, gets in front of Stoddy. He's going to try to figure out a different way to solve this puzzle. The 89C, who right now appears to be holding up the 52 in 4th. Chenoweth just fast enough right now to keep the 52 at bay.
Sheridan has bigger problems with the hood buckled up on that 52. That is a big aerodynamic disadvantage for the driver of that 52 machine.
Tries to put the power down the back straightaway once again. Just up ahead of them, Connor Maltese, Kendra Adams going toe-to-toe here in this one. Maltese and Adams make some contact right ahead of this battle. Chenoweth gets stuck behind the 23 of Maltese. Now Sheridan's going to go to the outside. They are slicing and dicing here in this one.
They're having to work through traffic to the outside of Connor Maltese. It's Sean Chenoweth. Kendra Adams will be next. We'll see what Chenoweth does here. He's going to pile to the outside as Adams gives up that outside groove. She's sticking it on the bottom. If you're going to get around her, it's going to be on the top. Chenoweth's going to try down here in 3 and 4. Now here comes the 52. He'll fill that gap as well, but he gets blocked up behind Adams, and he has to go to the high side now. He's going to try to follow Chenoweth.
Couple laps are that battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Wasn't able to get around the 2 of Adams and Maltese. They were actually starting to pull away at one point in time. Now they got some clear racing room ahead of them. But while we say this is bringing the 72 of Junior Farley to the back end of this pack. Farley's now closed that gap to the 17 of Josh Stoddy as they work back into 3 and 4. Chenoweth, Sheridan, Stoddy nose to tail as they work lap 72. A long green flag run in this one.
Farley up to 7th. He's got 1 lap car now between him and Josh Stoddy, who runs 6th. Farley now works right underneath the rear spoiler of Kendra Adams. There's Sean Chenoweth. And again, that beat up right front hood of the 52 of Sheridan with 52 laps left to go.
Sheridan unable to keep right on the rear bumper of Sean Chenoweth, so I'm not sure if there's a handling issue or a visibility issue right now for the driver of the 52, but still lots of laps left to go as Junior Farley struggling to get around Kendra Adams in that number 2. He's going to follow her down into 3 and 4.
We'll see how much patience Junior Farley has. He just ran out, got Kendra Adams a little loose off of turn 4. And now Maltese will get to the outside of Adams. This holds up the progress of the 22 of Steckley. Now he will clear Maltese. Here comes Sutcliffe as well. And there you see Sheridan and Stoddy working through 1 and 2. Again, unable to challenge 4th place Sean Chenoweth right now.
Well, really, this challenge at this point is for 5th with Josh Stoddy all over the back end of Sheridan. Stoddy will look to the inside down the front stretch, fall back in line in 1 and 2. They are losing ground to the 89C of Sean Chenoweth. Here goes Stoddy with a good run up the inside.
Stoddy to the bottom, Sheridan up top. Stoddy's about halfway up the door of that 52 machine as they work down into turn 1 and 2 again. Now door handle to door handle, and Stoddy will clear the 52. Put Josh Stoddy up into the top 5, your defending series champ in that 17 machine. Takes the spot away from your point leader, Jake Sheridan.
I'll tell you what, this is a super long green flag run, but there has been exciting action somewhere in the top 6 or 7 the entire time.
There's your leader, Shea Gemmel, coming up upon a lap car. Tyler DiVincenzo in the 97D. Tyler was a regular on tour for years, just running Flamboro on a weekly basis this year. Good to see Tyler again here and having a good run in that Hudco electric machine.
Keep in mind, Tyler DiVincenzo is not a lapped car yet. Shea Gemmel is closing in, but DiVincenzo going to do the aggressive thing. Head to the outside of Jacob Sutcliffe, and I don't blame him. Do what you have to do to stay on that lead lap.
DiVincenzo had worked a couple times to get around Connor Maltese, finally able to do it. Now gets around Sutcliffe, now going to try to get around the 2 of Kendra Adams while all trying to keep that 3 of Shea Gemmel behind him as he is the final car on the lead lap. As we work lap 83, 42 laps to go in this one, a long green flag run. Like you guys have said, tires starting to heat up, brakes starting to heat up. You can see every time they dive down into the corner, the rotors are glowing on these racing machines as they work around this 3rd mile Flamboro Speedway.
DiVincenzo's got a pretty fast hot rod, that Hudco Electric number 97, running some good laps, gets around Kendra Adams on the outside, now moves to the inside of the racetrack. He's going to run the inside line, give Shea Gemmel the high side, but he's not going to slow down. His job is to keep a quick pace and hold a steady line on the bottom.
Hey, definitely trying to keep on that lead lap for sure. That's an advantage if you can stay on the lead lap. Now he's going to make Gemmel go to the outside. Gemmel decides he's going to try to cross him over, but can't do anything with that 97 for now as Shea Gemmel getting worked over here by the 97. Oh, there's DiVincenzo sideways, and now Gemmel will get a run on the outside.
We've seen that move a few times, and I don't think Tyler DiVincenzo liked that very much. He drove it deep down into 1, not too deep though.
Message received.
DiVincenzo did nothing wrong. He was running the bottom of the racetrack. Gemmel just couldn't pass him on the outside.
DiVincenzo kind of running off his line there just a little bit. Kind of maybe the 3 of Shea Gemmel shake him up there just a little bit, trying to keep ahead of that 2 of Kendra Adams as he kind of battles back on the outside. Now Brandon Watson's going to come through on that number 30 machine. A little bit further back, that battle for the 5th, 6th, and 7th spot. Jake Sheridan has really lost a lot of ground on the back bumper of the 17 of Josh Stoddy. Stoddy's closed really close to the back bumper of Sean Chenoweth, but Jake Sheridan's about a half, almost a full straightaway now behind that battle for 4th and 5th.
Connor Pritico trying to close the gap on Brandon Watson. Watson holds the 2nd spot in that number 30. Connor Pritico is in the 3rd spot, just 1 lap car between himself and Watson. Now that one car is Kendra Adams, and she's running quick laps out there, so she's proven challenging to get around, but she's holding her line on the bottom of the racetrack, forcing competition to go to the outside, go the long way around, which is her right to do.
Just behind, oh, sorry, Adam. Behind them, that 23, Connor Maltese and Jacob Sutcliffe, they made contact. They're still racing for position. That's for 12th and 13th, but they had each other both sideways off of turn 2 last time around. This is going all behind that 97 of Tyler DiVincenzo. There is action all over this place. We've had a long green flag run, but wherever you look, you can find a battle going on in the Speedway, especially like you look at the 72 of Junior Farley. Kyle Steckley's pulled up to the back bumper off of turn number 2 as well. No matter where you look, there's an action spot on the Speedway.
Well, those two have been going at it for about 70 laps now. They've been taking turns in front of each other. They are well acquainted with each other by this point. And now you see Stoddy. He seems to be, his car is the one coming to life. He works through 3 and 4. He's climbed right up to the rear bumper of Sean Chenoweth. Chenoweth runs 4th, Stoddy in 5th. And the 52 has faded a long way back from that battle now.
It's going to be a tall order for Jake Sheridan to set that record for consecutive victories. At some point, when do you start thinking, is he already thinking about point standings and salvage whatever you can out of this day?
I think you have to at this point. Unofficially, the way they run now, it was a 13-point gap coming into tonight. It was an 11-point gap from Sheridan back to Watson after qualifying. And if they were to finish where they are now, be looking at gaining another 5 points. It'd be down to about a 6-point lead from Sheridan back to Watson. So Brandon Watson doing what he needs to do tonight to keep himself in this championship picture.
The battle for that 4th and 5th spot. Josh Dottie, Sean Chenoweth, they were going toe-to-toe, while Connor Maltese and Jacob Sutcliffe were going toe-to-toe as well. That battle, there's multiple battles in that one pack of cars as they work back into 1 and 2. Connor Maltese, Sean Chenoweth, they're all there. Up front, though, Junior Farley going around the 17 of Danny Knoll Jr.
Oh, we got one spinning Connor Maltese to the infield down the backstretch. And almost 100 laps straight of green gets us to 26 to go. Not what Shea Gemmel wanted, but there's a whole bunch of drivers behind Gemmel who, for them, this is what the doctor ordered.
Whew. 26 laps to go. So we're on lap 99. If this was a 100-lapper, boy, that'd be exciting.
You knew something had to be brewing there. There was 2 or 3 battles going on in that one pack of cars. And unfortunately, Connor Maltese, the one up and around off of turn number 2. That was almost in the middle of the back straight. I didn't see it. Jamie, was Maltese, was he around anybody there? It was kind of right in the middle of the straightaway.
By the time I saw it, he was already sideways sliding through the grass. Do not know how it started.
What a display of driving, because once we got about 50 laps into that run, we had lap cars and then cars that hadn't been lapped yet were about to be lapped, so you had a lot of different paces.
One lap cars, lap and 2 lap cars, while the leaders were right behind them.
I'm curious as to the 19 of Connor Pritico. We haven't talked about him. He's running a great race. He's in the 3rd spot. And he has not really been battling anybody.
We'll see how much he has saved. We'll see how well he has gone to school over the last few years on tour.
Kyle Steckley just ducked into the pits in his APC number 22.
He's getting lap cars to the front. There is Pritico, your 3rd place car, the Dumas Development number 19, the 17 of Stoddy. 4th, 5th is Sean Chenoweth.
Jake Sheridan is staying on the racetrack. And I wasn't sure if he would take the opportunity to duck into the pits or if he's going to stay out there. And, well, who knows? He could be in attack mode. He could be trying to salvage what he can.
So I believe you've got 7 cars plus Steckley on the lead lap, 8 cars. And I believe you will see Brady Smith getting the lucky dog, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm curious what's going on with Sean Chenoweth. Unless he's been issued a penalty. He was the 4th place car, was he not?
He was. 4th or 5th. He was racing with Stoddy. I didn't see where they were when the yellow came out.
My scoring has him in the 4th spot, Josh Stoddy 5th. But if he is issued a penalty, it's from the restart on lap 7?
Unless he was involved with what just happened on the backstretch. That's where I was going with it.
Oh, I see.
But again, if that's the case, he goes to the very back, and now it looks like he is getting bypassed by pretty much everybody.
Yeah, you saw Sean Gibbs there, the flagman, kind of ordering some, gestures down from the flag stand. So we'll see what happens here. But interesting to see. I think Tyler DiVincenzo, I think Tyler DiVincenzo might be getting a lucky dog. We'll see if anybody has anything. I think Sean Chenoweth might be getting that issue. He might have had something to do with that 23 of Connor Maltese. Who knows at this point?
It's quite possible. The 89C definitely been put near the back. He's not quite all the way to the back yet. And the choose cone has not been brought out onto the front straightaway, but 26 laps are left in this London Recreational Racing 125. Shea Gemmel. Boy, is he loving Flamboro Speedway in 2026 in his APC number 3.
Got to put a shout out, got a message from our friend Tom Gibbons, who is battling hammer and tongs for the late model championship up at Sauble Speedway with Josh Stoddy. And I think we're going to see Tom race in a few weeks when we head up to Sauble.
I sure hope so.
Good to see that 10 car out there. Tom Gibbons, one of the nicest guys in Ontario motorsports, period. And his dad just kills me. His dad just slays me. His dad's hilarious.
They're a good bunch.
They are. So look forward to seeing Tom and Frank in a few weeks when we get back up to Sauble for the Civic Holiday Weekend, next event of the APC 2026 calendar.
So Tyler DiVincenzo going back to the tail end of the line. That makes sense. He got the free pass. He gets his lap back, but you have to start at the very back.
It looks like Chenoweth has been penalized to the back of the lead lap cars.
I think they might be trying to get Chenoweth all the way to the back.
And we've yet to see the 22, I don't think, roll back out here yet. Oh, there
he is. He's back out. So now Chenoweth will roll to a stop on the front stretch, let the field go by, and I believe we'll see that choose cone.
Bummer for the 89C. Had a top 5 run going all night here. And put a little heat in those rear tires.
I don't know if that's a happy burnout.
I don't think
No, I don't think he agreed with that call just there. Choose cone, which is not the easiest thing to see from our vantage point here, is out.
And the first 3 all go to the bottom. Stoddy, the first one to take the top from 4th to 2nd on the restart.
Junior Farley, he's not afraid of the outside.
Well, that's how he finished 2nd back here the first go-around. Picked up a lot of cheap spots lining up on the outside.
And Kyle Steckley, who just made a pit stop, is going to restart in the 6th spot.
.26 laps left to decide this one.
I'm pretty surprised to see everyone in the top 3 choose the inside lane.
Connor Pritico going from 3rd to 5th. See what happens on this one. Still a little bit of a ways to go. 26 laps in the London Recreational Racing 125. The lights are off on our Flamboro Speedway pace car. Shea Gemmel, Josh Stoddy going to lead the field back to the green flag as they roll slowly through 3 and 4. Wait for the green flag off of turn 4. And it is in the air, but Josh Stoddy got a really good jump. They're going to have to maybe take a look at that one, but right now, Josh Stoddy up front, side by side for the race lead down the back straightaway.
I think jump was the key word there as the yellow flag is displayed. All heck was breaking loose there off of turn 2.
Restart games between the Wiley veterans.
Well, some tracks have instituted an immediate penalty, a one-row penalty, because otherwise you have nothing to lose as the second-place starter. You get a mulligan. So if you try it and you don't get busted for it, it's a winning move. There's nothing to lose there. We're going to try this one more time.
Again, Josh Stoddy getting a special award here earlier on tonight. His 100th start on the APC Tour, the only driver to not miss a race. But second in starts, I haven't looked it up, but I'm pretty sure it's Shea Gemmell. Second in starts, and I would say third's probably the 89 of Sean Chenoweth. Getting all set to go out of turn 4. Gemmell gets the jump this time. He's going to pull out front of Stoddy by a car length. Now Stoddy's got his hands full with Brandon Watson on the bottom.
Watson takes the second spot. Stoddy going to fight for third with Connor Pritico in the 19. Junior Farley going to get down to the inside. So Josh Stoddy is not enjoying this second restart.
Definitely didn't want that first one to get called back. Oh, Junior Farley uses him up. Going by now, contact between Steckley and Farley, and Steckley and Stoddy at the same time.
Everybody got a little bit hot into turn number 3 there, slid up the racetrack.
And Jake Sheridan almost in the grass that time, getting into turn 3. Everybody keeps it pointed in the right direction. Connor Pritico leading that trail, but up front, Shea Gemmell has that 30 of Brandon Watson right up underneath that APC number 3 machine as they dive back into 1 and 2. There's all kinds of action. Get into
left
one.
rear. Flat left rear on Junior Farley. Kyle Steckley. There was contact with Steckley, and you could see the way that car was acting. The left rear had gone down.
Good job by Kendra Adams to not get dragged into that. I think it's only flat on the bottom, Adam.
Junior Farley revs it up to about 8,000 RPM as Kyle Steckley goes by.
Coincidence?
Well, you kind of get what you earn in racing, and I think Junior earned the right to be raced pretty hard by Kyle Steckley, right?
They had been going at it. They've been going at it since our first restart of the race.
So if the left rear of Farley is down, what does the right front of Steckley look like? As it goes by our position, it looks pretty clean in terms of, although no, there's definitely damage. The right front fender is kind of flared up.
And this is a big break for both Chenoweth and Tyler DiVincenzo. They will move ahead of the lap cars and be back into racing position. And there's a good look at the right front of that 22. It is it's torn up a bit.
Yeah, definitely some body damage there. We'll see if that's going to hold on. I think it should be okay. I think this time, I believe the 39 of Brady Smith going to get the free pass. And he is going to the back, so I believe that indicates that he will be the lucky dog.
So Shea Gemmell, your leader. Brandon Watson second, Connor Pritico third.
101 laps complete. We got a couple laps in the books after that restart. Looks like our cone official is ready to get back out there.
Fourth place, Kyle Steckley. Fifth, Josh Stoddy. Sixth, Jake Sheridan. Seventh, Tyler DiVincenzo. Eighth is Sean Chenoweth. And ninth, now last car on the lead lap, Brady Smith. Lap cars, Kendra Adams, Jacob Sutcliffe, Connor Maltese, and the 17 of Danny Knoll Jr.
So let's see how they choose this time. Do they make those same choices? Everybody lining up on the inside in the top 3?
Just waiting to see the reappearance of Junior Farley.
There he is.
But again, he will have to start at the back, I believe.
I don't think so. If you get out before the choose, I believe you still get to choose.
Fair enough, and he's going to Fire up to behind Sean Chenoweth. And the first two to the bottom, Connor Pritico as well. And Kyle Steckley is going to try to start from the outside. We've seen him take the lead here at Flamboro from the outside a number of times.
Don't know how competitive his car is tonight. He was able to go in and make some adjustments. Jake Sheridan taking the outside. Once again, Junior Farley, just like Kyle Steckley on the last restart, the car that went into the pits gets to come out and restart 6th.
One to go sign being given this time by 24 laps left the distance, about 8 miles of racing here at Flamboro. Event number 5 of the 2026 APC calendar. Point leader Jake Sheridan, 6th on the restart. 2nd in points is Brandon Watson. He will roll 3rd on the restart. The other championship contender, Kyle Steckley, on the outside of row 1. A couple of CAN-USA machines on the front row, and the APC cars fire off. Steckley by a nose into 1. Here comes Gemmel on the bottom. They make some heavy contact. Opens the door for Watson. They're 3 wide down the backstretch.
Brandon Watson to the inside. Shea Gemmel hung up way on the high side as they work off of turn number 4.
Connor Pritico, it's go time for him. He tried to go 3 wide with Steckley and Gemmel as well. He'll get Gemmel rooted up off the bottom. There goes Connor Pritico. Now he's going to go to work on the 22 of Steckley from 3rd spot. And the guy that's led this whole race, Shea Gemmel, he is in a world of trouble caught on the high side.
Works his way down to the inside groove ahead of Jake Sheridan. Connor Pritico working on Kyle Steckley for the 2nd spot. Brandon Watson out in front. He's got about 8 car lengths gap between himself and 2nd place.
And Gemmel now moves Pritico up the speedway. He's going to dive to the bottom, down in 1 and 2. They are beating, they are banging. Oh, Gemmel into the side of Pritico. Pritico slams the door down into 3 and 4.
Connor Pritico kind of got to a point this season where he's just done being the nice guy out there.
Oh, more contact. There's some damage to Gemmel's car. I think he's got a right front going down. Sparks out of the right front of that car on braking. Looks like the problem might have fixed itself.
Yeah, something's not.
Something's not right on that 3 machine.
He's got 3 guys breathing down his neck who all seem to be a little bit faster. Definitely knocked all the speed out of that 3 machine.
Certainly did as he works down the front straightaway trying to hold off Jake Sheridan, Josh Stoddy, Sean Chenoweth, and Junior Farley.
And this is a gaggle of cars trying to work their way past Shea Gemmel. Gemmel looks like he's got a wounded race car right now trying to hold on.
Jake Sheridan, Josh Stoddy still side by side. Sheridan and Stoddy swapped a little bit of paint. This is right behind that 3 of Shea Gemmel. They dive back into turns 3. Sheridan now going to try to see if he can get to the inside of Shea Gemmel, but they are beating and banging all the way around this 3rd mile Flamboro Speedway.
Now Sheridan again takes a look to the inside. He's got Stoddy on his outside. Neither one of them has enough room to get a run on the 3. Now here comes Sheridan off turn 4, but Gemmel holds him off for the time being. He's got to deal with Stoddy again in 1 and 2.
A great side-by-side battle right behind. Shea Gemmel going on between Jake Sheridan and Josh Stoddy. Now Sean Chenoweth getting up into the mix as Gemmel looks to close the door on Sheridan in turn 3.
A couple of wounded race cars going at it. The 52 of Sheridan, the 3 of Gemmel. This is dynamite race in action with 14 left to go. Down the backstretch into 3 and 4. I don't know how Gemmel is holding these 3 cars off right now.
Willpower.
He is doing a good job up front. Stoddy now going to get an advantage again. Stoddy going to maybe try to get to the outside, the right rear of Shea Gemmel. He can't quite get it down in 1 and 2. Sean Chenoweth knocking on that door as well. He is beating and banging. You could throw a blanket over them off of turn 4. They are nose to tail. Look at how much of a gap there is from 3rd to 4th of Shea Gemmel and Connor Pritico as they work off of turn 2.
Again, Pritico, a little contact from out the back. Here comes Chenoweth now. He's getting racy on Sheridan down into 3 and 4. Sheridan's got places to go, but Gemmel's still holding up both him and Stoddy.
What a battle we're watching out here. You're missing nothing at the front. Brandon Watson's out in front by quite a large margin right now over Kyle Steckley. The action is right here with Shea Gemmel trying to maintain. Oh, that was close.
Gemmel really close off of turn 4. There is a freight train of very hungry race cars behind him as they dive back into turns 3. Sheridan maybe to the inside. Contact, around goes the 3 of Shea Gemmel off the exit of turn 4. They scatter, a little bit of contact. Tyler DiVincenzo down to the grass, but Shea Gemmel finally around on the exit of turn number 4.
Yeah, I believe DiVincenzo went off the nose of Kendra Adams' car when they all checked up there. And that's what caused the 97 to spin into the infield. But it was determination, willpower, and a very wide bumper on the 3 car as he was trying to hold. Oh, we've got some extracurricular activity going on now. Looks like the 3 and the 52 are playing a little chicken out there.
And not only did the 52 try to avoid the 3, he tried to mess with him as well.
Again, the 4 drivers we seem to talk about a lot in this series, Sheridan, Watson, Steckley, and Gemmel, I don't think they all much like each other. And that proves evident here again. Shea Gemmel obviously unhappy with the 52 of Sheridan. And Sheridan trying to do as much damage control as he can. He had an 11-point lead coming into the feature.
I mean, you could see that one brewing. It brewed for about 10 laps. And finally, the egg cracked on the back. And Sheridan and Gemmel did a good job trying to hold that lane. Sheridan tried to get to the inside, just no dice. They ran out of racing room. There's only so much racing surface over down in turns 3 and 4 before you either end up in the grass, or B, the wall. And, Shea Gemmel and Jake Sheridan, they found each other on the exit of turn number 4.
10 laps to go here in the London Recreational Racing 125. Again, a big welcome to all the folks here at the Speedway from London Recreational Racing. Mike Schmidt and his folks, glad to have you aboard. They are one of our original sponsors, Adam. They go, London Recreational Racing and Mike Schmidt go all the way back to day 1. As you see the 3 of Shea Gemmel coming back out onto the Speedway, but something's definitely dragging on the bottom of that car. He's got a lot of sparks showing.
Yeah, I wonder what it could be. Because obviously if he went into the pits, they made whatever change they needed to make, but still some sparks flying out from underneath. I think we're going to see Gemmel head back down pit lane. No, we're not.
Nope.
Maybe it's just low air pressure, but...
He's going to take up his position on the lead lap behind Tyler DiVincenzo.
I will say that battle was going on. We didn't even talk about those guys in the front 3. Brandon Watson, Kyle Steckley, Connor Pertico, they were gone away from this battle. Kyle Steckley, we talked about him a little bit earlier on in the race. Wasn't sure kind of what he had in that number 22 APC machine, but right now he finds himself in second.
The Watson in the 30. 19 career APC wins for Brandon Watson as they come to the choose cone. Second overall is a tie between Steckley and J.R. Fitzpatrick. For Brandon Watson.
Josh Dottie to the outside, Jake Sheridan to the outside. If I'm Josh Dottie, I don't care how my car's running on the outside. I don't want to be involved in another pack like I just was. Shea Gemmel, again, what is it with the car that pits coming up to take the 6th place?
And look whose bumper he's on this restart. I think as far as Shea Gemmel is concerned, he's got a credit on the dash.
You never have to wonder what he's thinking.
Wouldn't be surprised if the 52 gets a good shove down into turns 1.
Well, you've got to wonder what's more important, a good result or a bit of revenge, or both.
If you can get both at the same time, it's win-win.
I bet that feels good.
Pace car dives off. We've got 10 laps to go, and they take the green. It's Watson on the pin. Stoddy gets a good jump on the outside, and we saw Stoddy have one called back a bit ago. I think he might have just let Watson get back alongside him. Steckley right there as well. He's going to work to the inside of Stoddy. That's the race for second off turn 2. Stoddy on the bottom, Steckley up top. Meanwhile, this allows Watson to get away.
Shea Gemmel, that car is just not handling very well. He's right there on the back end of Jake Sheridan, but he can't get into the corner as well. Sean Chenoweth gets to his inside.
Connor Pritico having a solid night. He's side by side with Stoddy for third. Sheridan runs fifth right behind this battle. Pritico on the inside. Josh Stoddy up top. They'll race off turn 4 and down to the stripe. 7 laps to go. Third place on the line right here.
Jake Sheridan trying to throw his nose into that battle as well. Stoddy's going to slam that door shut in turns 3 and 4. They play a little bit of bumper tag. Stoddy now with a crossover move off of turn 4. He's going to get to the inside of Pritico down into 1 and 2.
Stoddy trying to find that grip on the bottom. He will get the grip on the bottom. He'll bounce off Pritico down the backstretch. They'll race into 3. Now it's Stoddy on the bottom, Pritico up top. Sheridan still following this battle, and Stoddy's going to waltz on by.
5 laps to go. One handful of laps remain. Brandon Watson out in front. Kyle Steckley second, but the battle for third is anybody's bet.
And after that last trip through 1 and 2, I don't think Connor Pritico is done with Josh Stoddy. The question is, can he get to the back bumper again? Stoddy runs third, Pritico fourth, Sheridan fifth. Then it's Chenoweth, Gemmel, and Farley behind them.
Couple trains of cars, but up front, Brandon Watson, clean and green. Kyle Steckley, Josh Stoddy, your top 3 as they dive back into 1 and 2. Brandon Watson has had to put a good run together. He's got about a 5-car length advantage between him and the 22 Kyle Steckley.
We got one around in turn number 2. It's Junior Farley in that 72. Yellow flag is gonna fly.
And Sean Chenoweth was just putting some serious heat on the 52 of Jake Sheridan. Here comes Junior Farley in the 72. Not sure who got into him, but we might just find out here.
Well, it looked like it was Brady Smith in the 39.
I'm sure Junior's going to confirm that here in a second, Adam.
Special delivery. Farley closes back in, gets in line.
Well, maybe he's just getting to his spot.
Some fireworks are going off back in the campground. There's fireworks going off on the racetrack as well.
Now Farley is pulled up beside Brady Smith, and it looks like Smith is getting set to go to the back here. So I believe the blame game has been complete.
So if you're Shea Gemmel in the 3, you know your car is not really up to speed. What are the chances he does not try to get behind Jake Sheridan for this restart? He's not as good as he once was, but he's as good once going into the corner as he ever was.
You know your agricultural music, Adam.
Right? I like to think I do. I've been on a bit of a Toby Keith tear the last couple of days.
I thought you were going to start singing it there for a second.
No, that's only in my car. With the windows down so that the wind is loud enough to drown out my singing.
But by yourself, though, right?
Obviously.
Yes. You know what my musical talent is, Adam? Listening. I'm really good at it.
You're a music aficionado. All right, Connor Pritico. It's funny, the driver that gets a little bit bullied is the one that winds up heading up to the outside of the front row, right? Connor Pritico was getting pushed around to I'll put an end to this. I'm going to restart second. I am shocked to see that Shea Gemmel's going to restart behind the 52 of Jake Sheridan.
Big surprise.
Do you think he's got Toby Keith playing in his helmet?
Is that beer for his horses?
Not as good as I once was.
It's a red Solo Cup kind of night. Here we go. I do like the fireworks show off the backside of the grandstands. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a bad look.
I don't think they're done with the fireworks here, though. 4 laps to go in the London Recreational Racing 125 here at Flamboro Speedway. Brandon Watson, Connor Pritico. This time going to lead the field down to green off of turn 4. Brandon Watson on the hammer. We're back in the green flag.
The all-time winningest driver in APC late model action leads him down into 1 and 2 on the bottom. He's going to squirt by Pritico. Now Pritico's got his hands full. Steckley bounces off his driver's door. That's the race for second now off turn 4.
Shea Gemmel on the outside, working his way to the high side of Jake Sheridan.
Oh! Gemmel hard into the wall. And whatever was ailing his car over the last couple laps just let loose.
Gemmel going to pull down from the wall, head back into the pits.
And that car is shortened up.
Man, he looked good in 3 and 4. I don't know what was powering that race car. Connor Pritico pulling up alongside Kyle Steckley. Not sure if there's any disappointment there and how he had been driven.
22 got him pretty good in the door on that last restart. But now Pritico can counter whatever Steckley does here.
You know, during the autograph session, we played last year's race, the second race from last year here at Flamboro Speedway, which was run caution-free, with mostly the same cast of characters on the racetrack.
We could be 5 cautions away from the end of this one.
We talk about it all the time. Flamboro, it is a coin toss. You just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, you don't ever come to Flamboro and go, oh, yeah, we had a race with about 4 cautions, right? It's like one extreme or the other. And it has been extreme tonight. This has been a knock 'em down, drag 'em out affair since the get-go.
Well, we did have that long green. What did we run? Almost 100 laps under green, too. We keep forgetting about that. And the tempers have kind of boiled over here in the last 26 laps.
They have made up for that long green flag run.
The built-up frustration under the green flag has taken over here now with, well, now we got 3 laps to go in this one.
Brandon Watson, the driver of that number 30, has been up to the task the last couple of restarts. I don't know if there's anyone on the track that has enough race car to really contend with him right now.
I think the only way somebody's going to get by him is to move him.
But you've got to be as fast as he is, and what Brandon Watson has not been involved in throughout this race is any altercations yet.
We've still got a mile of racing left at him.
It's true.
Lots of time for things to go sideways.
3 laps to go as we come down to the choose cone. Who is going to restart on the outside of the front row? I got to believe it's going to be Steckley.
We'll see. Pritico is going to take the bottom, and Steckley will go to the outside. Sheridan will restart 5th. Stoddy will restart 4th. Chenoweth goes to the bottom. Farley goes back to the top. And the cone guy gets away.
What a night it would be if Kyle Steckley was able to come back and win this thing. His car was just not good in the first half of this one.
He's made a lot of good moves on restarts to get himself back up to the front. And we'll see what he does here with the wily veteran Brandon Watson. A couple of 2-time series champs on the front row, 2 of the 3. J.R. Fitzpatrick, the other one. But 2 two-time champs getting set to settle this one, or will it be Josh Stoddy or Connor Pritico rallying from row 2? Watson, the control car, he gets a pretty good jump off turn 4. The door handle to door handle into 1. We'll see what Steckley can do on the outside. Pritico's going to dive underneath Steckley. You know, he owes him one. Down into 3 and 4. Watson's going to protect the bottom. Meanwhile, Steckley's got his hands full with Connor Pritico.
Watson got a little bit loose there in 3 and 4. But Connor Pritico in that inside groove, not giving any room. What a crossover by Kyle Steckley to get to the inside of Pritico down the backstretch.
Pritico on the high side now, going to be 1 to go this time by. London Recreational Racing, white flag in the air. Steckley will claim 2nd spot from Pritico, but that not battle for 2nd. It's not done. Oh, Pritico almost climbs over him down into 3 and 4. Pritico's not going to lift, drives right into the side of Steckley, pushes him up the speedway. Steckley sideways, Pritico sideways, and Pritico, I believe, by a nose for 2nd.
I believe it was Connor. Brandon Watson wins the London Recreational Racing 125, 2nd place. I believe goes to Connor Pritico.
A couple hundredths of a second.
By a few hundredths of a second over Kyle Steckley. Josh Doughty 4th. Sean Chenoweth 5th. Jake Sheridan hangs on for 6th. Junior Farley 7th. Nice finish by Tyler DiVincenzo to battle back to an 8th place result. Brady Smith 9th. Jacob Sutcliffe rounds out the top 10. What a show that was. And I think it will be a friendly victory lane for the win, but I think everybody else on the grounds are angry with each other. Kyle Steckley even wants to beat Connor Pritico to the pits or to the front stretch, wherever they're going.
And you got to go all the way back to August 21st of 2021 to find the last Brandon Watson win.
What?
August 21st, 2021, the last Brandon Watson win.
Wow.
So almost 5 years ago. And he's the all-time winningest driver, 20th win of his career, Brandon Watson.
Well, guys, we are ready to bring him out down here. Brandon Watson, ready to climb out here into Fuel Factory Victory Lane. He's going to have a checkered flag for one of you lucky fans. And here he comes. Brandon Watson gets it done here tonight. Brandon, let's talk about the drive here today. I think you might be the only driver who's not really angry at the end of this one. You were out front just cruising there, had a couple late yellows, but it kind of just seemed like you got to ride tonight.
Yeah, there's definitely a couple late yellows, that's for sure. I try and keep positive, though. That was a really good run. Mid the race there, we lost some brakes, and the car was getting really tight, so I thought we were just going to have to ride it out, but the caution, I thought we were going to lose some positions there, but the car came back to life, so I'm really happy with that. These Port City guys gave me a great car. Like I said, the car fell off in the middle, but that was a braking problem, so it was a great car all night. We were lucky to have enough there at the end. We stayed clean and had some good restarts and capitalized on a collision in front of us there on the restart.
First win in 5 years. You went away from the series for a bit. Does it feel like that long since you were back here in Victory Lane?
It's felt like a little while, actually. We had some good runs to start the year, close second place finishes, but we haven't got to Victory Lane, so we're really happy to be here. It's good to be back here, and hopefully we can keep it going on to Sauble next couple of races. Like I said, the crews did a great job. I'm super happy to be here.
Hitting on all cylinders. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brandon Watson will now sign the Fuel Factory checkered flag and send him up to one lucky fan. Who wants that checkered flag? He's coming your way in just a moment. And we will work our way over to talk to our second and third place drivers. We'll just catch them signing that flag. And Jack, you have to follow me over here. We'll find Connor Pritico.
Hey, while you're doing that, Clint, I did the math up here so you don't have to. I believe it's unofficially a 3-point lead from Sheridan to Watson heading into race 6.
Things tightening up here as we get into the mid part of the summer. Connor, that looked like a wild race. It looked like a lot of hurt feelings and a lot of hurt race cars. You told us 2 races ago you were done taking bull from other drivers. What's your thoughts after this one?
I just kind of put my foot down and held my ground there. You know, the toe got knocked out with 30 laps to go there, so the car was just really, really tight there. And, you know, I was trying to roll the bottom as well as I could, but, you know, when some guys have half a hole, they'll take it as a whole hole. And it doesn't always work out like that, but got really lucky with the choose there. Rolled the outside there of 2 or 3 guys, got into second, and finished there.
Crazy couple last restarts. Congrats on a good second place run.
Awesome, thank you. I got to thank H&N Roofing, Domus Developments, Glencoe Auto Recyclers, ACX Burwell, London Mechanical, you know, all the guys back at McCallus for giving me a bad, fast race car, and let's keep this momentum up.
Right on. Connor Pritico will be second, guys. We'll get down here and talk to Kyle Steckley. Kyle, third place here today in what seemed like an elbows up scrap all night. If you weren't in the top 2, guys were wrestling and fighting out there. What was your take on the second half of that race?
Yeah, I mean, the first half we really struggled with our APC Auto Parts Center's number 22 car, and then we just we need a couple cautions, and then we got a caution there, and we were able to make a couple adjustments, and we definitely got it better there. But yeah, we just got super aggressive there and did whatever we had to do to try and get to the front and get a good run for my 22 Racing guys. So it was pretty crazy, but a lot of fun racing with those guys, and those cautions at the end kind of killed me. I was hoping to just run a solid second there after the struggle we had, but super proud of my guys. It was a fight all day, and just made the most of it.
Thanks for your time, Kyle. Good third place run.
Thank you.
Kyle Steckley. Now, Jack, just let's show this. There is a lot of work on these cars, guys. They were wrestling and battling tonight. That'll do it for Trackside, guys. Take us home.
You ever notice that sometimes the faces don't match the words that are coming out of them? But that was great interviews by all of them. I think they were real black and white, and what a show we had tonight. Let's just get us signed off. It's been a long one here at Flamboro Speedway, so on behalf of Jamie Maudsley, Kevin Small, Clinton Jeffrey, I'm Adam Ross saying so long from Flamboro Speedway.